Yo, 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 yo. Yo, yo, yo. What's happening? How's everybody doing? What's happening? How's everybody doing, man? Be in here. Great show for you guys tonight, man. Great show for you guys tonight.
We are covering breaking news. We're monitoring a heavy police presence at Interstate 270 and St. Charles Rock Road in Bridgeton after a high-speed police chase ended in a fiery crash. Fox 2's Max Dieknight joins us there live. Max, what are you seeing right now?
Yeah, Mandy, this is still a very active scene. I want you to take a look behind us. That is the car that was involved in this high-speed chase and this crash here at St. Charles Rock Road and I-270. If you pan over, you can still see all of the officers here on scene nearly 2 hours after this police chase began. Now, we want to give people another look at the video Mandy referenced of that car on fire. It shows the car in this chase involved on fire here at the scene right in the middle of St. Charles Rock Road between the on and off ramps of I-270 South. Both of those ramps are still closed right now, as again, this is a very active scene. We got here a few minutes after that fire was put out. As you can see, the car involved was very badly damaged.
Ooh.
Officers from Bridgeton and St. Louis.
Listen, this right here, this right here, man. Yeah, I can't tell what part of the car. I can't tell whether that's the side of the car, the front of the car. I really can't tell.
A very active scene. We got here a few minutes after that fire was put out, as you can see.
Okay, this looks like the hood. And this looks like a grill. So this is the front of the car. Yikes.
See, the car involved was very badly damaged. Officers from Bridgeton and St. Louis County Police Departments are on the scene right now. St. Louis County Police tell us the chase started just after 7 o'clock at 270 in New Florissant. They say that car was that caught fire was stolen and was involved in an armed.
Okay, the car stolen and is involved in an armed carjacking. So that means that, let's just be real. Let's be real. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a crackerjack. Let's keep it a crackerjack in this motherfucker. Stolen, involved in an armed carjacking. That car right there. Let's keep it a buck. We know who was in that car. We know who was in that car.
Very active scene. We got here a few minutes after that fire was put out. As you can see, the car involved was very badly damaged. Officers from Bridgeton and St. Louis County Police Departments are on the scene right now. St. Louis County Police tell us the chase started just after 7 o'clock at 270 in New Florissant. They say that car was that caught fire was stolen and was involved in an armed carjacking. Earlier today, the driver, a male in his teens, was taken to a local hospital. They have life-threatening injuries. No other injuries in this case.
A teen, so there's no other injuries. Thank God. Thank God. Usually they kill a bunch of people and walk away unscathed.
Reported, we're continuing.
Everyone do me a favor, man. Hit that like button, man. We a struggle channel over here, man. I've been following all these YouTubers lately, man. They got millions of subs, man. See, I did the video the other day. Like, damn. These mugs got millions and millions of subs, man. We need y'all to hit the like button when y'all come in here, man. Just and comment too. Comment and hit the like button and comment. Whether you watching on Rumble or on YouTube.
Continuing to follow this active investigation. We'll let you know more coming up at 10 o'clock. For now, reporting live in Bridgeton, Max Dieknight, Fox 2 News.
Take a look at this. Home surveillance video captured off Mona Drive in U City shows 3 people in a white sedan stopping and then walking up people's driveways and trying to break into their cars. 2 of the men climb into a man's Audi, rummage through his stuff for more than a minute before their getaway car backs up, picks them up, and drives off. Cheryl Townsend's orange Hyundai was parked right next to that Audi.
I was home last night, and little did I know this was happening right in my driveway.
Cheryl says she is sick of hearing about car break-ins.
Do they even think people have cameras on their homes? People have cameras on their cars. They don't even care, or they don't even think. Summer is.
Who you think Grandma voted for, man? Who do y'all think Grandma voted for? You're welcome, Grandma. We saved you. You're welcome. She voted against her own interests. Grandma voted against her own interests. But we're going to save you from this, Grandma. We're going to get rid of some of this crime. Not all of it. We're going to disincentivize a lot of this stuff, man.
Don't even think. Summer isn't even here yet, and these fools are still clowning.
Bennett Green lives 2 doors down. He says he left his gun.
Damn. He definitely tried to get her number.
Bennett Green lives 2 doors down. He says he left his gun and golf.
Like, this dude's like a foot taller than her boyfriend. He's all polished up and shit. She's all scantily clad. Look at her demeanor. I mean, look at her posture. Now, don't get me wrong. She's opening the back hatch to her truck. But she's also posing. She's also giving him a good idea of what it looks like. Big, broad shoulder, strapping young dude. He's probably an insurance adjuster or something. Her boyfriend's like, some dude she fell in love with because, they've been through a lot. But she'd fuck this guy. She'd definitely fuck this guy. Yeah, put your information right here. He's gonna handle the computer. Put your information right here. He's got like a easy excuse to like get her information. The car was broken into. Yeah, just put your information right here. I'll give you a call when I figure out the details.
Green lives 2 doors down. He says he left his gun and golf clubs inside of his car. Thankfully, the thieves didn't notice.
I actually left my windows down, so I mean, I don't know. It's kind of speechless about the whole thing.
Cheryl says she thinks the people in the video are kids who need to learn a lesson.
So all they get is a slap on the wrist and let go. No, charge them as adults. Give them the same.
Yeah, and she probably voted Democrat up and down the ticket. She voted for people that would never do that. Black women are just, God. They always talk about we saved democracy. Black women saved the country. No, we saved y'all. Because you're asking for something that the people you vote for would never do. You're demanding something that the people you vote for would never do in a million years.
So all they get is a slap on the wrist and let go. No, charge them as adults. Give them the same punishment that an adult would get. And then maybe half the stuff would stop happening, or 3/4.
Cheryl says with the thieves' own self-preservation in mind, they may want to avoid her street going forward.
You best believe it's going to be watched even more from this second on. So try it again. Try it again.
Max Deeknight.
That's right, Grandma. Tough talk. Tough talk, man. Sisters are something else, man. Sisters are something else, man. I don't even know if you can do anything about this, man. Sounds like a DNA issue, man.
Fox 2 News.
It's been a day of cleanup and frustration in the Shaw neighborhood of South St. Louis.
Welcome, everybody, as you join us live on ABC7.com and our 24/7 streaming channels. Chris Christie up in Air 7 HD, where you can see LAPD is in.
Wait, Chris Christie in a helicopter? That's dangerous. Chris Christie should never be allowed in a helicopter. Yikes.
Welcome, everybody, as you join us live on ABC7.com and our 24.
How did that? Never mind.
Welcome, everybody, as you join us live on ABC7.com and our 24/7 streaming channels. Chris Christie up in Air 7 HD, where you can see LAPD is involved in a pursuit with known gang members in the streets of South LA. They have been crisscrossing the area of South LA for some time. LAPD gang units initiating the pursuit, eventually ending off to LAPD's Newton Division. You can see there are about 6 or 7 black and whites in pursuit here, as well as the LAPD airship. Apparently 3 people inside.
See, this is me. If I was king, you'd be able to shoot these guys down. What the fuck are we doing? We're endangering everybody in the city by chasing these guys, man. If I was king, my officers ask you to stop. Hey, can we talk to you, man? You flee, okay, we can shoot you. I'm not chasing you around town and up and down the highway for miles and miles all night. Just shoot you, man. I would definitely be on some authoritarian shit when it came to this. This is and then the penalty for this when we caught you I would disincentivize this through the law. This would be like a 10-year sentence. Fleeing police like this through the city, endangering everybody, would be mandatory 10 years.
That vehicle already, it has been involved in several collisions, possibly involving an LA.
This vehicle's already been involved in several collisions while they've been chasing them. Yeah, mandatory 10 years. In America, this charge is always thrown out, and they just charge them with whatever they were chasing them for. The fleeing police, the eluding police is almost always 100% of the time thrown out.
A PD unit near the beginning of this pursuit. There are known weapons that have apparently been recovered, possibly more weapons inside the vehicle. They are being very aggressive and trying to get this person off the road. Three people, apparently three men inside of the vehicle here as we now travel southbound on Halldale Avenue, crossing 41st, heading southbound now, paralleling Normandy. You can see he's basically doing a circle now as he circles this block, or at least this 3 square block area here, picking up a little bit of speed now, heading westbound on 42nd Place. Zigzagging through, now making a southbound turn on LaSalle. Southbound LaSalle Avenue at 42nd Place. Doing about 50 miles per hour down very narrow residential streets. Again, mind you, there have been already several collisions here. He comes up on cross traffic, making a right turn now westbound on Vernon Avenue, approaching Harvard Boulevard. Another left turn here, possibly looking for some place to dump the vehicle. He's got a lot of units on his tail here. Look at him cutting this guy off, trying to get around anybody in his way here as he picks up a little bit of air there, going over those bumps. And now you can see him picking up more speed as that primary unit closes in on him, not giving him much room to play with here. We do not know if there's any damage.
Think about how much gas it costs for 7 or 8 police cars to follow this guy around all night.
On that vehicle, only to say that there have been several crashes over the course of this pursuit in the last half hour. Again, LAPD gang units initiated this pursuit. This is apparently a shooting suspect behind the wheel here. Again, these are wild turns, and they appear to be very random last-minute turns as he kind of makes this up as he goes along here southbound on Western Avenue, approaching 50th Street now. Again, we're in the heart of South Central as he continues southbound.
This is the heart of South Central. Everyone hit the like button.
On Western Avenue. Another wild right there. Wild right turn there as he makes his way on to 54th Street. Another right-hand turn here, circling another couple of blocks here. Again, you can see just how narrow these streets are down here in South LA. There's a night sun right there. That's the LAPD airship who's been in pursuit here since pretty close to about 10 minutes. Again, they were in pursuit for some time before they were able to get a full pursuit package to take over here. Looks like he's come to a full stop and now maybe going to dump the vehicle. He's come to a full stop near Manhattan Place in 52nd. Let's see, hands out the window here. There are at least 3 people that I can count. That's what we were told. You can see the driver's door now popped open. Driver stepping out of the vehicle. Driver stepping out of this Mercedes-Benz here, now apparently willing to surrender. You can see some smoke emanating from under.
Them brothers, man. That's a brother. That's a brother, man.
Under the hood, and 2 passengers with their arms out the passenger side. Driver now facing away from LAPD officers. You can see him attempting to comply here. Everybody with their hands out. There's possibly a fire under there. We can't say for sure. It might just be the brakes overheating, but that looked to be a pretty hard brake job there as he came to a stop, but we'll see here. It looks like a lot of smoke. You can see some front end damage there that really might have affected the behavior of the vehicle, especially that front left quarter panel there. Smoke continuing to billow from the...
So look, the cops appear to be using their training, man. They're staying back. They're shouting commands at the sons, at the black guys, man. The gangbangers. These cops are keeping cover. Look, you got like what? How many cops here? 5, 10. Let's just say there's 11 cops here, right? Let's just say 10. Let's just say an even number. There's 10 cops here, right? They've been chasing this guy all around town. Now they've got in this situation. There's 10 cops here. This happens all the time, every night in every city, countless times in every city, every night. These chases, these apprehensions, these arrests. The fact that they don't kill more black men, I mean, we really got to change this narrative, man. These people should be killing like 100 niggas a day. 100 niggas a day should get shot by the police.
Hood of the vehicle, the driver out of the vehicle with his hands up, 2 additional passengers showing their hands out the passenger side here. Officers issuing commands, executing a felony stop here. Again, we're in South LA at Manhattan Place and 52nd Street. LAPD's airship orbiting the end of this pursuit as LAPD prepares to take 3 people into custody that we are aware of. Again, the driver out of the vehicle in the midst of that smoke that is coming from the car. There's a report that these 3 may be East Coast gang members involved in a shooting.
East Coast is a hood in LA. It's a East Coast gangsters. They what's that dude? Spider Loc is used to be down with 50 Cent. He's a member of that crew. East Coast gangsters.
Shooting. Not sure when that shooting took place, but they are shooting suspects who are believed to be armed. At one point, a weapon was recovered. There was additional items thrown from the vehicle during this pursuit. Again, most of this pursuit happening in the South LA area. Driver now stepping back, following orders.
What they're telling him now is to walk to my voice. Turn around, walk to my voice. Then when he gets back, they're going to have him get on his knees, and then they're going to run up and like aggressively handcuff him, and then they're going to do that to the next one.
And now walking away from officers. He is not complying. Officers definitely concerned about this as he now steps over to the...
They're like, walk to my voice. They told
sidewalk.
him to do that.
Maybe that group there near the top of the screen, they may be directing him to the sidewalk. They're going to place him under arrest here. And likely the other 2 passengers will be instructed to do the exact same thing.
Hit the like button, support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat. Hit the like button. Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or Super Chat.
One person in custody, the driver being taken in by LAPD. Now the passenger stepping out of the vehicle.
That's a black guy too, man. But he got a one slide and one tennis shoe. Fuck.
With his hands up.
Oh, his legs broke. His left leg is broke. He out here banging with a broke leg, man. A broke left leg.
Walking backwards in the direction of police. You can see them about to take the second suspect into custody. They will do the same thing with the third suspect and eventually clear this vehicle.
Yo, you stupid. They tell you to put your hands behind your head and clasp your fingers. I've been here before. They gonna tell you put your hands behind your head and clasp your fingers. This nigga got his hands up. He's not listening. He's not listening.
Into custody. They will do the same thing with the third suspect and eventually clear this vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
All indications are that there were 3 men inside that car.
Now get your black ass out too. Clasp your fingers.
And now
your hat.
a third person stepping out of the vehicle.
Another nigga. Y'all niggas is in trouble.
Hands visible on his head, approaching the sidewalk now. Following the footsteps of the other 2.
Walk backwards to my voice.
Now walking backwards towards that arrest team right there to the top of your screen. Smoke still emanating from the hood of that car, but it appears to be dissipating slightly. They're going to approach that vehicle very, very carefully. Officers now approaching the vehicle with their guns drawn here, making sure there's nobody else in the back seat.
Pop the trunk. Hit the deck. John Wayne couldn't even stand the rain.
They will pop open the trunk here momentarily, but it does appear that all of the suspects are now in custody. LAPD bringing this pursuit to a relatively peaceful end here. Again, we do not know if anybody was injured in those crashes. There were at least 2 crashes that we are aware of that took place during this pursuit. Ambulances were called. One of those crashes possibly involving LAPD. And they have now issued the code for this. Will bring an end to this chase, thankfully, without any major incident. But man, the driving was very dangerous at times. And again, as we mentioned, there was some collateral damage here. We'll get a full damage assessment and bring you the very latest on this developing.
Look at all that it took. Look at the resources that the black community requires. Look at the resources this one band of black hoodlums used up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 police cars flying through the streets all night. A helicopter just on fuel. Just the fuel they use. Just the fuel these niggas made the police department use. The man hours. All these officers risking their lives, flying through the streets. Could get T-boned, could T-bone somebody, could flip the car, anything could happen.
Story coming up tonight on Eyewitness News at 11 o'clock.
Underway. Right there. I got to work with my pilot Olivier to get us into position because of that hillside. Now this is going to take us down to that, and this is going to be really, really tough. Now hopefully that driver is just going to kind of just give up and not try to push his way through there. One CHP unit behind it right there. You can see him. That officer probably very frustrated right now, not being able to get out, possibly get that driver to stop. Stopped traffic though, super solid, making their way out onto Balboa Boulevard. Out here right now, though, California Highway Patrol technically still in pursuit. The only want for that vehicle is speed.
Well, and you see right there, Stu, he or she is basically sandwiched in.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nowhere for this individual to go.
Right. And, this is where it gets so difficult for anybody involved. This guy is going to start lunging, moving forward. We just don't want to see anybody get hurt. And in this case, maybe even some kind of minor damage to some other people's vehicles. Now, that one officer right there from the California Highway Patrol, we were listening to his voice earlier on. Now, wrong way on Balboa. And this is one of those areas where people just, they speed up. They're trying to get to where they need to be. Right now, it looks like he's trying to play. What? Oh, jeez. And this is what you got to be thinking about.
Yeah.
These drivers yeah. And
see right here, you're putting other people's life in jeopardy, man. This right here should be punishable by a mandatory 10 years in prison if you don't kill anybody. Just doing this is wanton disregard for other people's lives. This is reckless, man. I really think that you got to punish this, man. You got to punish this reckless fleeing from police. And I know people are saying probably like they do. Yeah, but this charge is always thrown out. Once you get to court, once you start the trial, they always throw this out.
You're just driving to work. You're just trying to get around some traffic, and now you're dealing with that. That trash truck would have been bad. And getting back over, he was safe right there for just a few moments. Right now, that vehicle really starting to pick up some speed again. You just don't want to see anybody get hurt or any kind of accidents. Making his way past all of that traffic, or at least a lot of that slowdown. Now, I believe we're getting on to San Fernando Boulevard. It looks like he passed the actual Balboa. Wide open right now, but this takes us back on to Roxford. So keeping an eye on it. I know the the California Highway Patrol, they want to get a helicopter in position. They've been talking about California Highway Patrol ships and also LAPD. Right now, though, this vehicle making its way pretty much farther down the roadway. I got to work with my pilot, Olivier. Olivier, we got to move to the south, buddy. We got to go south with the freeway. We got to go south on the freeway.
And
Olivier.
And Stu,
sorry, go ahead.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah, but that helicopter has to watch out for airspace, man. This is very congested airspace over LA. He can't just go anywhere whenever he wants. He has to ask for permission from air traffic control before he makes any move, because it's very congested airspace. You got airports, you got all types of shit around here.
Just a clarifying question. You said that this individual, the only want from them by the Highway Patrol is for speed, correct? This is not a stolen vehicle?
Yeah, like this is unconscionable, man, to be putting this many people's lives in jeopardy over a speeding ticket. 10 years maximum. Press 1. Salute to Far From Handsome, man. Shout out to you, Far From Handsome. Getting the ball rolling, man. Make sure y'all take the $5 challenge. Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat.
We haven't heard anything about it being a stolen vehicle. 1 second. Yes, southbound. Southbound all the way down to Roxford in the 5. Just go south.
Coming
I'll
up
follow
on another
it.
traffic
Sorry
jam
about
there.
that. And you know, the only thing we heard was it was speed related, and the sheriff's department originally picking that up. We did hear them make a conversation. They did. That's what they do. They have to weigh the infraction to the public safety. And we did hear them asking, was there anything else with this vehicle besides speed? Meaning, you know, as you were asking, was it stolen? Was it involved in a crime or anything like that? It came back. I heard them say earlier on negative. Now, that could have changed. Our assignment desk might have different information on that.
Sure.
But right now, he's getting himself back onto the 5 freeway. You can see those speeds much faster than whatever else is going on down there. And again, this driver right now, the only person he's running from technically would be us, because we're the only ones watching right now. But you can see that vehicle still driving extremely recklessly down there, coming up on other vehicles. We saw him cut off that one car just moments ago. At least he's using his blinkers. Don't know what that's worth right now. But at any rate, just a reckless driver this morning right now, making his way on the 5 freeway over by the 405. Looks like we are taking the 405 freeway southbound. Again, just these crazy weaving moves, cutting off other cars, being very dangerous this morning. And again, California Highway Patrol, they have fallen so far behind.
Yeah.
And
You don't even see them.
That's not a slight. That's not a slight. They just have to be safe.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hopefully some of these pockets of slowdowns will help the cops catch up to him.
And so now it looks like,
You know,
go ahead.
no, I was just going to say, I believe that they have basically just given it up. They've walked away from it. As I understand it, we don't even have a helicopter except for Skyfox over this right now. So if they're watching, they may choose to re-engage if they have an officer in the area. But right now, this vehicle just driving very recklessly. We're making our way over to Renault.
What race is this guy in this car, man? Give me a race on this guy in this car. I don't know. I'm going to go Hispanic. I'm going to say Hispanic. Oh, no, Latinx. I'm going to say Latinx.
All these southbound 405 freeway. And again, the California Highway Patrol, when they break off like that, it is because of safety. And they're keeping the public safe. So they have to do what they have to do. And right now, this driver, really, it just kind of shows you there is nobody chasing this person. He should really just calm down and see some normal driving. But we have yet to see that happen.
And so when they back off and they peel away like this, of course, for safety, as you've just mentioned, does that mean, like, how do they apprehend in your experience with these? How do they apprehend an individual like this?
Well, a lot of times it is just as we were talking about. They just kind of have to weigh it. It's like right now this person is just wanted for speed. They would get that license plate number, as they have that license plate number. They'll probably just go door knock or at some other time encounter this person and say, "Hey, we want to talk to you about this incident that happened." And at this time. But right now, this vehicle just kind of blending into traffic. I'm going to get a little bit wider. I have to admit that I did turn our scanner down as we were going live. But right now, you can see no law enforcement right there. That is definitely on the Rinaldi off-ramp, southbound 405. And this vehicle now just kind of blending into traffic as it should. We'll keep an eye on it, I'm sure. But as far as the actual pursuit portion, I believe that part is over. And right now, they're just going to kind of keep an eye on it.
All right.
All right, Stu.
Thank you, Stu. And we're gonna keep an eye on that.
All right, that was Fox 11 coverage right there in Los Angeles.
My God. My God. My God. Come on, brother. You owe it to you got for the home team, man. You got to crack shorty for the home team. Good God Almighty. My God.
Coverage right there in Los Angeles. You heard there from Stu Mundell high up above Sky Fox that the California Highway Patrol not pursuing that vehicle anymore because of safety concerns there. So I want to, though, bring you back out full here to a police pursuit that was called off there. But now we're watching as the suspect there was able to park his car and now walking just casually on this block there on his phone. Let's listen right now to the coverage from Fox 11 Los Angeles as they're back on this right now here on Live Now from Fox.
He's kind of leisurely on the morning walk.
You ain't slick.
You know, that I love the fact that frustration seeps through. A lot of folks feel that same way. You know, you watch these guys, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and call this gentleman a knucklehead because of all that crazy driving. I mean, like you said, he put so many people at risk this morning, going the wrong way. Can you just imagine just driving?
No, he's on Brito. He's an Ombrito. He's an Ombrito. Okay, so he's an Ombrito.
Just driving on the roadway and then have this car barreling down right at you.
Of course.
We did see at least one Jeep like swerve out of the way. So he definitely is affecting a lot of folks this morning. And for what? I mean, maybe there are some other circumstances. Maybe he does have some warrants, but to put so many people's lives in danger and then, of course, injury to others and property is just the problem. He's just kind of walking along. We made our way over to Handoon Avenue and Paxton. I'm saying that out loud just in case there are some law enforcement in the area, and we're keeping an eye on this guy right now. But I don't think this is where he lives. I think he basically just parked that vehicle and got out, and I'm sure he's on the phone trying to maybe pick up an Uber or maybe a friend and see where he can go from here. But right now, making our way out onto Paxton, that's that major street right there, and the irony continues as no law enforcement here now just to apprehend that
where is everybody? Where is everybody?
Where is everybody?
And give us, so this is the Pacoima community. Is that correct, Stu?
Yes, we're definitely in the Pacoima area. There we go. LAPD. Oh, I'm sorry, California Highway Patrol.
There you go.
And it's that Polar Bear. That's the all-white vehicle we saw earlier on. We're going to move the Skyfox. I don't think this guy's going to give them any kind of trouble. He just doesn't look like that type. So we're going to keep an eye on him right there. And
he doesn't look like that type. All right, man. Let's see what else is going on, man. That's enough of the police chases, man. Enough of the police chases, man.
I'm actually very thankful that I know that neighborhood is safe tonight, and then for all the other citizens in Claremore are safe as well.
Chief Steve Cox with the Claremore Police Department says this disturbing case was first brought to their attention in October when neighbors of this man, 73-year-old Tommy Goodman, said he was threatening them. And they say it was because of things in their yard like this, showing their support for now President-elect Donald Trump.
So this guy's threatening Trump supporters.
Donald Trump.
And at first these are just allegations. I mean, we gotta go through this. But as they continued digging into this, it got a little bit scarier. And after deciding, you know what, election's coming up, we don't know what's going to happen. Nobody knew what's going to happen. We're going to surveil him because first and foremost, we're here for public safety.
Chief Cox says the threats to the neighbors had gone unreported for quite some time. However, when this man, Nasser Tawhidi, was arrested for an alleged terror attack in Oklahoma City on Election Day, the neighbors decided something needed to be said about what was happening in Claremore with Goodman.
His threats were very specific.
The affidavit says Goodman told one neighbor's father that he had been on assignment to shoot or kill every person he saw wearing a red hat, and that January 6th was Insurrection Day. Goodman also reportedly told another neighbor that he could get a call if Trump won the presidential election, instructing him to shoot and kill anyone wearing a red hat or Trump regalia.
So once the election results came in, and obviously Donald Trump won the election, we continued our surveillance and we executed our arrest warrant on him for a felony crime of terrorism.
But the neighborhood now looks very different. Out of fear, some neighbors even moved out. And now signs like this for sale sign can be seen throughout the neighborhood.
White people gone, man. But it's white flight. Is this white flight when a white person makes you move? When you're moving to get away from a white person, is that white flight? Everyone hit the like button, man. Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat. Okay. We got an arrest and a mass shooting.
When 200 kids get together and then two people want to have a gunfight, they're all in a bad place.
Philadelphia police and city leaders tonight announcing the arrest of Zion Carroll, the district attorney charging the 17-year-old with the murder of Isis Stanley at a large gathering on June 14th in Fairmount.
Ain't that something? Zion killed ISIS. Zion killed ISIS.
17-year-old with the murder of Isis Stanley at a large gathering on June 14th in Fairmount Park.
Social media was a big part of this. This was what they call a meetup. So it was all developed on social media. There were about 200 people on Greenland Drive that night.
Deputy Commissioner Frank Venor says Carroll and an unidentified individual started shooting at each other during the meetup that was organized by 19-year-old Maurice Kwan. Forward.
Jeez.
Shot and 17-year-old Stanley was killed.
Everybody else that's involved in this is an innocent victim, was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Investigators say Kwan hosted another large meetup 20 days later on the 4th of July in the 1900 block of South Salford Street in Southwest Philadelphia.
It looks like we have a white Toyota Highlander pull up to Salford. People from inside that vehicle fired weapons towards these individuals and then fled. That vehicle was recovered within 24 hours in Lansdowne.
Police say the shooting killed Kwan and injured 8 others who are between the ages of 14 and 24.
At the end of the day, young people do what young people do. But there's no reason they should be killed in trying to have a good time and promote a party.
City leaders say they expect more individuals to face charges in connection to both cases, and once again reiterate they won't tolerate violence of any kind.
We will not rest until every person feels safe in their homes and in their neighborhoods across the city of Philadelphia.
Investigators say they have made significant progress with the first case, but need the public's help solving the second one. If you have any information, you are asked to contact police. Remember.
Wow. Everyone hit the like button.
Well, tonight, relief for the family of 17-year-old Isis Stanley. It comes months after she was killed in a mass shooting in North Philly in June. City leaders have announced an arrest in the case. Ray Strickland spoke with the parents who say their prayers have finally been answered.
I think about her from sun up to sundown.
The parents of Isis Stanley say the past few months have been full of dark days, but the arrest in their daughter's case has given them a reason to smile.
I'm ecstatic. Like,
overwhelmed with joy.
Very happy.
Their beloved daughter was killed at the age of 17 years old in just days after her high school graduation.
Wow.
And ever since, her parents never stopped fighting until the person responsible was held accountable.
I made promise to my daughter on her bedside the day that she was murdered that I will make sure that I will not stop until I get justice.
Police.
You mean the police? The police won't stop till they get justice. Because the police had to go find that nigga with no help from the community. Literally go find these little niggas in fucking their little rat holes with no assistance from the community.
I will make sure that I will not stop until I get justice.
Police say 17-year-old Zion Carroll is now in custody, accused of killing Stanley during a pop-up party on Greenland Drive in June. Investigators say Stanley was an innocent bystander when Carroll and another person began shooting at each other. 4 other people were also injured.
We will not rest until every person feels safe in their homes and in their neighborhoods.
Mayor Sherelle Parker says this latest arrest was the result of tireless police work and also concerned community members who helped in the investigation. Police Commissioner Kevin Bethel says his department remains committed to bringing closure to families who lost loved ones.
We would not stop. We would continue because they were valued. Everyone.
Salute to Eric S, man. Eric S, man. He says, this super chat is super strict on wording. Yeah, man, you gotta use the lingo, man. I don't know why they doing that. You gotta use the lingo, man. Look at this, man. Byron Donalds, man. And Tim Scott. Two black men, man. Getting clowned because Trump hasn't given them a cabinet nomination yet. Well, they're wrong about Tim Scott got a cabinet nomination. He's in charge of running the campaigns for Republican senators. Now, Byron Donalds, man, he's the real talent, man, in the Republican Party, man. I think he's got a bright future, man. I think Trump knows that there's a role for this guy in Trump's cabinet. I think Trump is just none of the roles that he's assigned were that role yet. You don't want to put a black dude in a role that he's not fit for, because that would be doing the exact same thing the Democratic Party's been doing. Press one. Like putting Kamala in the role of the vice president, which he wasn't fit for. So I think Trump is going to find whatever Byron Donald's strengths are, whatever he's interested in, whatever his background is in, and find a role in the cabinet for him. But I don't think Trump is just going to give him some lofty position that he's not ready for. Byron Donalds is still relatively young. And Byron Donalds may not want a position. He may want to just continue. I think he's a congressman. Maybe he wants to run for Senate. We don't know. He might want to run for Senate. He might want to run for governor. You don't know what Byron Donalds' aspirations are. But, of course, black people clowning him because he hasn't been. And you're seeing a lot of that now. The black Democrats are hoping black men get shot by cops because police got full immunity, man. So we're going to get into that too. We're going to get into that. We got, we're going to get into a lot of that stuff tonight, man. We got a police shooting in Las Vegas, man. But yeah, Byron Donalds, man, trust me, Trump is going to find something for him to do. Trump is going to find something for him to do in his administration. He's a young star in the Republican Party, man. Trump going to find something for him to do if he wants to. If he wants to do it. Let's see what these comments is hitting on, man. I just want to see what these comments hitting on. These black men hating, man. Hating on the brothers, man. Byron Donalds is a foreigner who said no to reparations for American descendants of slavery because he doesn't qualify for them. His parents are from Jamaica and some other country. F him. Trump is setting up a Mandingo fight at Mar-a-Lago between Senator Tim Scott and Congressman Byron Donalds. The winner becomes Secretary of Hood. Oh, God. Yeah, they're so childish, man. They're haters, man. They're so childish. He's a black guy, man, accomplishing things. Oh, my God. This one says they didn't know this country is allergic to melanin. This country's allergic to melanin. Wow. What a terrible thing to say, man, about this great country. The Democrat candidate, there was so much currency in being black that the Indian Democratic candidate pretended to be black just so she could gain more favor with the voting populace. There's a lot of currency in melanin, you moron. People are pretending to be black to try to win elections for president. But black people are never satisfied. That's why I'm glad the Republican Party is not going to try to satisfy black people. Because we can't be satisfied. We should just be happy to be here, man. This one says Trump's hidden motto that only those with comprehension and values can understand. I only wanted your vote. I never wanted you. Oh God, these people are children. Let me move on, man. Oh, okay. What do we have here?
And we haven't even gotten to Tulsi Gabbard potentially having access to national security information. And Russia loves it, loves her.
And I actually think almost more than Matt Gaetz, Tulsi Gabbard's appointment is.
See, they're mad with Tulsi Gabbard because Tulsi Gabbard put the smack down on Kamala in 2020. She read Kamala's rights, man, and up there on that debate stage, man. So what happened to female empowerment? Shouldn't y'all be happy that a woman is getting a job in the presidential cabinet? Why y'all hating so much? I thought it was women. All we heard about was women. Trump done hired like 5 or 6 women to high positions. Why y'all hating?
And we haven't even gotten to Tulsi Gabbard potentially having access to national security information. And Russia loves it, loves her.
And I actually think almost more than Matt Gaetz, Tulsi Gabbard's appointment is devastating. And Tulsi Gabbard's nomination, as much as she says that she's an anti-war person, she's not.
Yeah.
She supports very pro-war individuals.
Including in Syria.
And let's be very clear, a Tulsi Gabbard nomination is a pro-war nomination globally. Point blank.
They're always projecting. They're always projecting. They're always projecting. We gotta get out of these wars y'all started, man. Oh wow. We lost again. Damn. That's 2 in a row. Wow.
of me or step to me so that I step. If you voted for Trump, literally, please delete me, block me, get rid of everything of me or step to me so that I know what's up and then I can handle you how I see fit. Just because you won doesn't mean we don't remember who the blank you voted for. You're not in the clear. Please don't test your gangster on me because you will end on a stretcher, gone forever. What does that mean exactly?
Yeah, so
it sounds like a threat.
It sounds very extreme. And again, I was in a moment of high emotions and I shouldn't have ever posted the video.
Yo, these liberals are insane. She said this to kids. This is what she told the kids in her class.
If you voted for Trump, literally, please delete me, block me, get rid of everything of me or step to me so that I know what's up and then I can handle you how I see fit. Just because you won doesn't mean we don't remember who the blank you voted for. You're not in the clear. Please don't test your gangster on me because you will end on a stretcher, gone forever. What does that mean exactly?
Yeah, so
it sounds like a threat.
It sounds very extreme. And again, I was in a moment of high emotions and I shouldn't have ever posted the video. But what the message I was trying to get across, and it came off very wrong, was, if this is going to give people the almost permission in their minds to enact violence against women or anybody, I wanted to basically just say, I'm not going to go down without a fight. I mean, it's my life's dream to be a teacher. I consider those kids my kids.
Here come the tears, the waterworks. Here come the waterworks. Yeah, man. You want people to know that violence against women will not be tolerated. Well, ma'am, under Democrat rule, the last 4 years with no cash bail, with defund the police, with the backed up courts because of COVID, with lenient sentences, all because of George Floyd, women have been getting killed at an astronomical rate. Ma'am, Democrat Party policies are 1,000 times worse for the safety of women than Trump policies. Trump policies are going to empower women. They're going to let you play sports without having to, play against the Fresh Prince of Blair. You won't have to play against a dude when you suit up for whatever sport you're playing. You'll be able to go in the bathroom at the gym and know that everyone in there is an actual woman. If you get locked up for these terroristic threats you made against your students, you can assure that all the women on your jail tier or your prison compound, all of them are going to be biological women. So this whole notion that Trump is creating a dangerous environment for women, it's all lies. These women are morons. They're just projecting. Thank God Trump won. Thank God we don't have to deal with these people at least for 4 years. Thank God these morons just got to punch air and deal with the no-nonsense, manly administration that Trump is bringing forth.
Kids, because I don't have any of my own, and they fill that for me, and it's so fulfilling, it's so rewarding, and I know that what people see right now, I don't look like that person, but I truly would do anything to help any child and any family in need.
Just because you won doesn't mean we don't remember who the you voted for. You're not in the clear. And just please please don't test your gangster on me, because you will end on a stretcher, gone forever.
Sounds like a nice, sweet lady, man. Wow. Let's see. Well, guys, I mean, I got sad news, man. I got sad news to report, guys. First, make sure you hit the like button. Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, and the Super Chat. But we got some sad news, man. Guys, unfortunately, Eva Longoria has left the country because of Trump's triumphant landslide victory in the election. Eva Longoria of Desperate Housewives fame, the wife of NBA star Tony Parker. I know I'm holding it together, but I'm not good. Even though I'm holding it together, and you see me putting on a brave face, I'm not okay right now, man. Because Eva Longoria has left the country. You know what, man? I don't even want to talk about this anymore, man. I'm starting to get emotional. Let me just move on to the next story. Stephen A. Smith exposes Oprah. Oh, right.
All these celebrities, Jennifer Lopez, Beyonce, Oprah.
If we don't show up tomorrow, it is entirely possible that we will not have the opportunity to ever cast a ballot again.
Wow. You're going to look an audience in the face and you're going to tell them that if you vote for Donald Trump, you may not ever be able to cast a vote again. Who believed that? Who believed
that teacher? That teacher in the last story. A bunch of them believed that, Stephen A. A bunch of them. A bunch of your co-workers at ESPN believe that. A lot of them believe that, Stephen A. They're morons. Most liberals are morons.
That we will not have the opportunity to ever cast a ballot again.
You're going to look an audience in the face and you're going to tell them that if you vote for Donald Trump, you may not ever be able to cast a vote again. Who believed that? Who believed that coming from Oprah? Truly, who believed that? This is the kind of stuff that alienates an electorate, that alienates a vote or a voter. Because the freedom that you tell them they have, you try to confiscate morally by letting them know you ain't worth a damn unless you vote the way we say you should vote. Who's going to go for that in a general election with an economy rife with inflation?
People been going for that bullshit forever. Democratic parties won. They've been in charge 12 of the last 16 years, Stephen A. Smith. That has worked. this type of narrative, this tone, this position they take, this stance they take with the electorate has worked. They've won. They've been in power 12 of the last 16 years. People are tired of it now. The country's tired. They're fed up. But this has worked in the past, Stephen A. Smith. Very, very well.
Over 12 million people coming crossing the borders with people wondering about their dollars, the dollars that they earn, the dollars that they have in their pocket, the value of that dollar dissipating before our very eyes. But in the same breath, you're telling them that you got to take even more money out of their pocket to finance immigrants that come across the border illegally at the behest of the Democratic Party looking to secure a voting bloc.
Everybody right now, hit the like button. If you have not hit the like button, every single one of you smash it right now who hasn't. Wow. Let's see what Whoopi talking about, man.
This. I dare, you didn't get here by yourself, man. You can't do this without us. And if we don't let you, you don't get any.
Damn. They going Cynthia G on us, man. Whoopi going Cynthia G. Stop having black male babies on us, man. Wow. This is unhinged, man.
This. I dare, you didn't get here by yourself, man. You can't do this without us. And if we don't let you, you don't get any. It's that simple. It's that simple. This.
Wow. Threatening us with life. Threatening future males' lives while there's still eggs and sperm. No wonder these women kill so many babies in the womb. She's literally threatening unborn males' lives while they're still in the phase of being an egg and a sperm that have yet to meet. She's already threatening their life. This is super disgusting.
This. I dare, you didn't get here by yourself, man. You can't do this without us. And if we don't let you, you don't get any. It's that simple. It's that simple. This.
Again, these males have yet to be born yet. They've yet to not, because they don't consider it a life yet. So let me find the right word. These males have yet to begin their march towards life. When the sperm meets the egg, they're still swimming in their daddy's nuts. They're still sitting in their mother's fallopian tubes. And she's already threatening their lives, already threatening them with death.
I dare, you didn't get here by yourself, man. You can't do this without us. And if we don't let you, you don't get any. It's that simple. It's that simple.
No, she's talking about you didn't get here by yourself. I get it. She's talking about sex, but the product of sex. Listen to very closely what she says at the beginning.
This. We all came. I dare, you didn't get here by yourself, man.
You didn't get here by yourself, man. She's talking about life, earth. You didn't get here by yourself, man.
This. We all came. I dare, you didn't get here by yourself, man. You can't do this without us.
Life.
And if we don't let you, you don't get any.
Then she's talking about sex in that last part. Salute the glider on the moon, man. He says Stephen A. Smith wants those grift bucks. Yeah, Stephen A. Smith acting like he always been a conservative, man. Stephen A. Smith is such a grifter. Now it's gonna be so annoying listening to Stephen A. Smith act like he's goddamn Bill O'Reilly for the next 4 years. Salute to Stephen A. Smith though. He said, hit the like and direct fungible transfer app to chat. Support our nation experience. Yes, man. Support me, man. Salute to you guys, man. Hope you guys are enjoying the show, man. We have Poland, man. This is what Poland looks like, man. Poland, a country that has rejected mass immigration, mass illegal immigration. Look at that white woman just walking carefree. Listen, this is what white countries look like when you don't allow military-aged men from shithole countries into your country. Shout out to Poland, man. A legal immigrant stunned CNN by revealing he supports Donald Trump, even if he deports him. Again, I'm going to read that. I'm going to tell you that again. A legal immigrant stunned CNN by revealing he supports Donald Trump, even if he deports him.
If you get deported, would you regret your support to Donald Trump?
No me arrepentiría.
He's saying that he wouldn't regret supporting Donald Trump. So you're really not thinking about yourself. You're thinking about your children and the future of your children.
Yes, I want the better for my children.
If you get deported, would you regret your support to Donald Trump?
No me arrepentiría.
He's saying that he wouldn't regret supporting Donald Trump. So you're really not thinking about yourself. You're thinking about your children and the future of your children.
Yes, I want the better for my children.
If you get
That had to be a tough one to swallow, man. I gotta be sympathetic for that lady. That had to be a tough one to swallow, man. That had to be a tough one, man. Jeez. How much can a sister take, man? That had to be a tough one, man. Somebody's found an electoral map in every state Kamala won. There's no photo ID. You don't need an ID to vote. That's crazy. That is insane. Every state she won, you don't need an ID to vote. But here's the funny part. They thought letting in all these military-aged Latinx men would create a new voter bloc, and those men are conservatives. They're all conservatives. Those men are all conservatives. Even though Mexico just elected a woman president. Salute to Jimmy Fields Productions, man. He says, hey, welcome back to YouTube. Last night's show was exemplary. There was no show last night, man. You must be talking about 2 nights ago. Support this base conservative, everybody. Yeah, man. Support the base conservative, man. We base, man. I'm based on this motherfucker, man. Yeah, man. Now, Michael Strahan is in a little bit of trouble for not putting his hand over his heart during the playing of the national anthem on Fox last week. But I want to know when is he getting arrested for this? When is Michael Strahan getting arrested for this? That's a little boy. This is a little boy. Well, he's a trans boy. Trans girl. I don't know. I think trans girl. Yeah. He's a trans girl, or as sane people call it, a little boy. Look at these people, man. Watch Michael Strahan. That's a little boy. This is why you lost the election. None of these people were arrested. None of these people were arrested. That's why you lost the election. Everybody in here should be arrested.
Hello, Devin. How are you? How you doing?
Thanks for being here. I love that you love root beer, caffeine free. I can get on board with that.
My mom doesn't like me drinking.
Yo, this is sick, yo. These people are sick. These people are sick. Everybody's talking about Michael Strahan, how he didn't put his hand over his heart during the playing of the national anthem. What about this?
How you doing?
Thanks for being here. I love that you love root beer, caffeine free. I can get on board with that.
My mom doesn't like me drinking caffeine.
Does it make you hyper? Yeah, me too. They don't like when I drink caffeine either. But Jasmine, you're one of the.
Yo, this is so sick. These people are so sick. And they're literally, remember, their campaign was Republicans are weird. They tried that for like a week. They tried the Republicans are weird. That was their thing. Republicans are weird. It only lasted about 2 days, actually, because once Tim Walz opened his mouth, it was apparent that that wasn't going to be a campaign slogan with legs, but this is so weird, man. Yo, what the fuck?
Thanks for being here. I love that you love root beer, caffeine free. I can get on board with that.
My mom doesn't like me drinking caffeine.
Does it make you hyper? Yeah, me too. They don't like when I drink caffeine either. But Jasmine, you're one of the youngest and first drag queen/kids. And I've heard
Yo, and everybody just applauded that. What the fuck?
Yeah, me too. They don't like when I drink caffeine either. But Jasmine, you're one of the youngest and first drag queen/kids. And I've heard that you've gotten messages from young adults who look up to you for being who you are. What are some of the notes you've gotten?
Some of the notes I've gotten are like that you
I just want to see the comments, man. Let me see the comments, man. Yeah, this is. Didn't see Pedo Strahan on my scorecard, but there it is. The audience, everyone in that audience should be in prison. Yes. This is weird, man. This is so weird. This is so weird, man. Everyone hit the like button. Take the $5 challenge via PayPal, Cash App, or Super Chat. Support the channel, guys. This is so weird, man. Jeez. Thank God. Look, yo, do you understand how close we came to? I don't know if this country could have taken 4 more years of this shit, man. Press 1 if you agree with that. I'm not sure this country could have taken 4 more years of this shit. Because they've pushed this stuff so fast. They just got the right to get married in, 2015? And they're already here? 9 years later, they're already here? I don't know if this country could have taken 4 more years of this stuff, man. Yeah, but the mom is against caffeine. The only thing that we learned about his family is that his mom is against caffeine. Everything else, this is cool, but caffeine is bad. This is cool, but caffeine is bad. Yo, listen, I'm going to be honest with you, man. Even if that was a girl, all this is still disgusting. Even if it was a girl. Even if this was a girl, a biological girl. All that sexiness and adult preening and all of that is unacceptable, even if this was a girl. But it's a friggin' little boy.
How you doing?
Thanks for being here. I love that you love root beer, caffeine free. I can get on board with that.
My mom doesn't like me drinking caffeine.
Yo, when is Michael Strahan getting arrested, man? Call me when they arrest Michael Strahan, man, so I can do a video on it. What the fuck?
Education, go, go! Go up with education, go, go with deportation! Go up with education, go, go with deportation!
I got a message to the millions of illegal aliens that Joe Biden's releasing our country in violation of federal law. You better start packing now.
We are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I don't understand the point.
Oh my God. What the fuck? You gotta be kidding me, man.
We are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I don't understand the point that you're making.
I hear a lot of people say, the talk of a mass deportation is racist. It's threatening to the immigrant community. It's not threatening to the immigrant community. It should be threatening to the illegal immigrant community.
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
It is not an emergency. We are not facing a crisis.
We have a president of the United States who has created a fiction about a crisis at the border, and he has held up the United States government and its workers around his vanity project called a wall.
To the criminal cartels in Mexico. You smuggled enough fentanyl across this country to kill 148,000 young Americans. You have killed more Americans than every terrorist organization in the world combined. And that's when President Trump gets back in office. He's going to designate you a terrorist organization, and he's going to wipe you off the face of the earth. You're done. You're done.
The idea that he is trying to say that we have people that are trying to invade our country to commit mass crime is a crisis of his own making. I specialize in transnational criminal organizations.
Yeah.
That wall ain't gonna stop them.
No.
There's a 600% increase in sex trafficking of women and children. Border Patrol has arrested more terrorists coming across the border in 1 month than Trump had in 4 years. This is the biggest national security vulnerability this country's ever had. Donald Trump will be the president. I'll be in the middle of running the biggest deportation operation this country's ever seen.
I am not for a wall. We don't need to build a wall. This is a crisis of his own making. The president of the United States has a vanity project that he doesn't want to give up. It's the president's vanity project. This issue is about a vanity project for this president. Right. The president's vanity project? Let me be very clear. I'm not going to vote for a wall under any circumstances. It will not end with a wall. It will not end with a wall.
It will not end with a wall?
No.
All right.
He comes back, I come back, we fix this shit.
There you have it, man. There you have it. I can play that one later. That was hilarious. Maryland is all black, y'all. Maryland is going viral for being all black. They got a black mayor in Baltimore. They got a black governor. They got a black senator and a black starting quarterback for the football team. Let me get to the main event, man. Let me drop the link, man. Make sure y'all come up here, man. Support the channel. PayPal, Cash App, Super Chat. Make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Shout out to my man, God Ninja, man. He say, have you talked about Black Project 2025? Trending on Twitter. Why they unoriginal and late? Doing it last minute. 2025 is next month. Yeah, man. Black People Project 2025. Yo, black people can't run a goddamn corner store, man. It's almost a Black 2025, man. Forget about it. It ain't nothing to worry about. Let's see. Hit the like button, subscribe, support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, Super Chat. Salute to everybody watching on Rumble. Rumble. Let's see. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Let me see.
Screen for officers to help them.
First, with breaking news.
A mother of 4 shocked to be arrested in front of her children.
First, with breaking news. Fox 5 News starts now.
And thanks for joining us here at 5 o'clock. I'm John Huck.
And I'm Jacqueline Schultz. We begin tonight with an update on some breaking news. We are hearing from the family of a man shot and killed by Metro officers Tuesday morning.
It tells officers shot 43-year-old Brandon Durham as he screamed for officers to help him from a woman wielding a knife. Metro gave us body camera footage of the moment it happened.
Wow, that's a tough situation, man.
Metro officers tell us they fired 6 bullets in all. The family of Durham watched that body camera video earlier today before it was released to the public. His sister says the officer was not in any danger when he fired at him.
When I viewed the video, he was at least 8 feet away from my brother, who was struggling with the intruder inside of the home, screaming, "Help me, help me." The officer shoots my brother in the head.
The family pointed to the damage done to the home from the home invasion. They call what happened a complete disservice. The family says there were other ways the situation could have been handled. Metro explained what officers encountered when they entered the home.
So the officers went in with exigent circumstances because they believed there was danger and violence occurring. They themselves witnessed and viewed damage to multiple vehicles, glass windows shattered out, looking as if someone broke through the window. And then they also heard banging and yelling. And, you know, the challenging part is when they round the corner and they encounter 2 individuals and there's a knife at play, and then they make their decisions at that point.
Officers arrested 31-year-old Alejandra Bordeaux. She is facing multiple charges.
A mother of 4 shocked.
Wow. You want to see what this brother looks like? I want to show you what this brother looks like. I want to show you this brother, what he looks like, man. This is a smooth looking brother, man. His brother. He don't fit the BLM. He don't look BLM enough, though. He don't look the BLM part for me, though. I would say that. Let me see if I can, Las Vegas. Let's see, 8 News Now. Let me go to 8 News Now. Let me go to 8 News Now, man. What's up, man? How's it going?
Hey, how you doing, man?
How you
doing?
I'm hanging, man. How are you?
I don't know, man. I'm scared. I'm afraid I'm going to lose my rights, you know?
Yeah, man. You should be, man. You white man, man. You the only one that's been losing rights.
I'm gonna lose my right to go into a store and steal $950 worth of stuff. I'm gonna lose my right. I'm gonna lose my right to step into a boxing ring with a woman and beat the snot out of her. What's our country coming to?
I know. I mean, the last one, man, that we might have to think about holding on to that last one.
Well, what about my right to have a baby or to get my period? You know, what's going to happen to that?
Right.
I'm scared.
Exactly, man. You.
Hey, I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw your show. It was from 2 nights ago, but I didn't watch it till last night. I didn't stumble upon it. But your first hour and a half of that show was incredible, man.
Oh, really, man?
You were on fire. You were really on fire, man.
Oh, wow. I gotta fucking clip that then, man. Thank you, man. I gotta clip that part, man.
The first part, I don't know if it was my reception or yours, but it was all like pixelated kind of. You were having like internet stuff, but I could hear everything.
I was having, I had
Man,
internet.
You were right on point with all of it. Like what these idiots coming up with excuses for why the Democrats lost, and they're coming up with things like, oh, they were upset with her for campaigning with Liz Cheney, or they were afraid that she's a little too strong on Israel. And it's like, you pointed it right out. It's like, no, these people don't want to have their lives destroyed because they called some creep in a skirt, he.
Yeah. It's so simple, but the autopsy is being done, they're trying to do it in a DEI manner. So they're still protecting her because she's allegedly a black woman. So the autopsy is being done by Democrats through that lens. We can't blame her because she's a sister.
She's a half sister.
They're still, you know what I mean? Like what caused them to turn off American people is so ingrained in their, in their movement that it's gonna be tough. Yeah.
She's
the guy. Go ahead.
I was gonna say she's half black. She's half black and half Indian, which means she can grow her own wig.
Exactly. She ain't got a kink in her head. This is the guy who got shot. Did you see the video that I just showed?
No, I stepped out for a second. Oh, the guy in the hallway? Yeah.
Yeah. This guy got shot. He doesn't look like the BLM type, man. He looked like a very put together brother, man.
He looks a little bit like a Son Brito.
It says the family of a man shot and killed by Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department officer after calling 911 during a home invasion. So basically they're saying his girlfriend invaded his home. Said they are now looking for answers and accountability. On Tuesday, November 12th, just before 1 a.m., Brandon Durham, 43, called 911 to report that 2 people were attempting to enter his home. in the 6900 block of Wine River Drive from both the front and the back. Durham told 911 that he was inside the home with his 15-year-old daughter. He said he was locking himself in the bathroom as suspects entered the home. Arriving officers, including Alexander Bookman, 26, said they found damage done to several vehicles outside the home. Bookman and other officers heard banging and screaming from inside the home. Assistant Sheriff Dory Corin told media at the news conference Thursday afternoon. Entering the home, Bookman, the officer Bookman, encountered Durham and Alejandra Boudreaux, 31 years old, in a struggle. On body-worn camera video, Bookman can be heard yelling, "Drop the knife," before firing one initial shot at Durham and then 5 additional shots after Durham had stumbled backwards and eventually to the ground. Durham was pronounced dead at the scene, and Boudreaux, who allegedly broke into his home, was taken into custody. At their own news conference Thursday, the family of Durham was speaking near the residence where the deadly shooting occurred. So this is, listen, what do you think about this one? Do you think this got legs? Because
I think she might have been a 4B woman trying to take out her man.
No, but seriously though, like, would BLM be advantageous? Would it be advantageous for BLM to start
Try to
some
create
mess right now?
just in time for the inauguration, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, just to throw a wrench in, like, just to do their part in mucking up just to see if, the nation is still,
No, man. I think it's got to be something a lot worse than this, man. This, domestic violence disputes are always messy and ugly, and this kind of thing, this is what happens. People with knives at each other's throats in a doorway. It's not like they beat them on the ground and choked them out and shot them. This worked. I think the country's moving past that stuff. I mean, I certainly hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too, man. I hope so too, man. This is, let me see if I can find it.
First with breaking news. Fox 5 News starts now.
And thanks for joining us here at 5 o'clock. I'm John Huck.
And I'm Jacqueline Schultz. We begin tonight with an update on some breaking news. We are hearing from the family of a man shot and killed by Metro officers Tuesday morning.
It tells officers shot 43-year-old Brandon Durham as he screamed for officers to help him from a woman wielding a knife. Metro gave us body camera footage of the moment it happened. Metro officers tell us they fired 6 bullets in all. The family of Durham watched that body camera video earlier today before it was released to the public. His sister says the officer was not in any danger when he fired at him.
Oh, good to know.
The video, he was at least 8 feet away from my brother, who was struggling with the intruder inside of the home, screaming, "Help me, help me." The officer shoots my brother in the head.
The family pointed to the damage done to the home from the home invasion. They call what happened a complete disservice. The family says there were other ways the situation could have been.
Yo, I mean, this is a tough one, man. Like you said,
did she have the knife, or did he? Who had the knife?
You know what? It's hard to tell, but from the video, it
sounds like she did.
These are her 2 hands. So is this? It looks like these are her 2 hands, and this looks like he has 1 hand right here. It looks like 2 hands are holding his hand. It looks like he has the knife. because she's holding both. Both her arms is holding his hand.
Well, then it doesn't matter how close he is to
And then
the
who's
cop.
the girl? Wait a second. Who's the girl? Is this him or is this him?
Can't tell. You know what? I tell you, maybe the one in the red could be the girl, because if she'd come in from outside, you know, wearing her hoodie, coming in.
Yeah, she's doing, and he's been inside, so he has no shirt on yet. I would say this is him. Great detective work, man. I'd say this is him, and I would say this is her. I was just looking at the height, though. It's just, but yeah, I would say that this is him, this is her. Yeah. Wow, what a tough situation. And the cops have to deal with this, like, yo, that's a tough situation to walk into, man. Yikes. That's a tough situation.
A 19-year-old woman is
calling it a home invasion. It sounds like, you know, domestic quarrel, lover dispute.
facing capital murder charges after police say that she shot and killed a man who was selling a phone on Facebook Marketplace. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
And I'm Steve Eager. It's 9 o'clock.
Stop selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace, white people. Stop doing it.
Especially
A
phones.
19-year-old woman is facing capital murder charges after police say that she shot and killed a man who was selling a phone on Facebook Marketplace. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
And I'm Steve Eager. It's 9 o'clock. 66-year-old Ahmad Al-Khalaf was shot and killed Friday afternoon near a busy Dallas intersection. His family describes him as their family's patriarch. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager spoke with the family today. Peyton.
Steve, and the victim's family tells me they are left shocked and horrified by this act of violence. They feel the 66-year-old's life was robbed all over a cell phone. Now, this meetup just happened feet away from an elementary school along with a busy Dallas freeway with multiple witnesses also nearby. A 66-year-old husband and father from Saxe was murdered in the middle of the afternoon at this Oak Cliff gas station just off 35 and South Marsalis Avenue. Shots rang out Friday afternoon around 3 p.m. just as Felix G. Botello Elementary School was letting out. According to court records, 2 Dallas ISD police officers rushed to the Valero and found Ahmad Al-Khalaf shot next to his pickup truck. Al-Khalaf later died at the hospital. Dallas detectives learned Al-Khalaf was there to sell a black iPhone 15 to someone he'd been communicating with on Facebook Marketplace. Police obtained multiple surveillance videos from nearby businesses. They say the video showed 19-year-old Amaya Medrano and Al-Khalaf had a short conversation.
Come on, bro.
Visitor from Venezuela.
You gonna
Where's
sell
he from?
something to her?
Where is this person? Is that a guy or a chick?
That's a chick.
Oh, man.
Wow.
If only, you know, this chick could have been deported in just a couple of months if this guy waited to sell his phone.
I mean, the whole thing that of taking penitentiary chances over cell phones, it's like these people are so dangerous. Anybody who would risk going to prison over something so trivial.
Well, maybe he should have just complied, you know? Then she wouldn't have had to shoot him or whatever she did.
That's true. Comply or die.
With on Facebook Marketplace. Police obtained multiple surveillance videos from nearby businesses. They say the video showed 19-year-old Amaya Medrano and Al-Khalaf had a short conversation, and then Medrano ran off. As Al-Khalaf followed her, cameras captured Medrano turning around and shooting him.
And out of nowhere, I just heard it, pow, pow, pow. It was like one shot, then 2 consecutive shots.
According to an arrest warrant affidavit Fox 4 obtained on Thursday, investigators were able to match Medrano's distinct tattoos on her face and neck to her social media accounts. Just 3 days after the fatal shooting, police noticed the same Facebook account communicating with Al-Khalaf was selling a black iPhone 15 on the marketplace. Dallas police announced Wednesday Medrano was in custody by U.S. Marshals and was booked into the Dallas County Jail. Alkaloff's family tells Fox 4 the 66-year-old was a beloved husband, father, grandfather, uncle, and friend, going on to say he was a humble man who worked hard to support his family locally and abroad.
Wow.
Court records show Medrano was serving a 5-year probation sentence for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon after pleading guilty to stabbing someone last year in May of 20.
She just needed a second chance, and
Wow.
I wonder if she was one of Kamala's imported voters. I wonder how long she's been in this country.
Yeah, and I'm sure she would probably vote for Kamala, man. Well, you never know, man. You never know, man, because these women are very conservative, man. She might have voted for Trump.
Face tattoos? I don't know how conservative she is. Lesbian haircut?
Yeah, lesbian with face tattoos. Yeah, she's probably a liberal. 99% chance she's a liberal.
She might have just been in a heightened state because of Trump's dangerous victory.
Yeah, she wanted to protect herself against, because men have a green light to, to harm women.
Neck tattoos.
Wow.
So kids, don't get tattoos if you want a life of crime, because that's how they bring you down now. Delete your social media if you got your tats and you want to rob people.
Yeah.
I like this new Borders Are man.
Yeah, Tom Harmon. Yeah,
I like him.
Love him, man. I love him, man.
They said, what you're calling these people illegal and you're splitting up their families. As well, if I go to a domestic violence house, they split up the family. The fathers, if they're doing something illegal, the family gets split up. If someone's drunk driving, they take the kids. This is what the law does. If you're doing illegal stuff,
you get to a movie theater with your kid, they're gonna fucking call the police to take yours. But your kid is not gonna be in the drunk tank with you, man. Salute to Aster J, man. He says, forgive me, I just can't take Stephen A. Smith seriously. Yeah, it's very hard, man. Very hard, but he's going to be a conservative pundit for the next 4 years. He's riding. He's seeing which way the wind is blowing. Salute to Derek, man. He says, don't want to take Byron away to unbalance the power. Yeah, shout out to Derek, man. He says, Darren. He says, yeah, Byron may want to, get a higher position like a senator or something, man. Salute to Pamela Henderson. Coming through once again. Shout out to Pamela Henderson. Let's see what they're talking about here, man.
Runaway.
Everyone hit the like button.
Labels tell us a lot. But sometimes what a label leaves out can leave us lost.
It literally cause you to have so much anxiety.
Keena McDonald's granddaughter disappeared from this apartment building in downtown Dallas on April 27, 2022.
This was the first time. Very first time.
She was 15.
She's not knowledgeable enough to run away and survive.
The teen, who we're not naming, left without a phone. Her family could not prove she'd been snatched, and she was older than 9, so Dallas police labeled her a runaway.
It was just said that she's just another runaway. She'll come back. I mean, most runaways come back.
Do you think that her case was treated like an emergency?
It wasn't.
In the state of Texas, a child as young as 10 years old is considered to have run away from home if they are missing without clear evidence they were kidnapped or lured away. Dallas police, like many departments in North Texas, have policies that mirror this law, creating a difference between high priority investigations to find missing kids and lower level reports.
Okay, so let me guess. The high priority ones are the white ones and the low priority ones are the black ones. What do you think? You think that's where they're going with this?
Yeah, and particularly if the chief or the head of the police is a white guy, if it's a brother, you're not going to hear so much smoke. But I get the feeling we're going to look at a white cop.
Yeah.
Of kids who, again, can be as young as 10. Police determined they've left on their own, and the fact that they are missing is not enough for police to assume they are in danger.
Detectives never followed up with us. We will have to call them.
Ask you, Lord God, to strengthen her again today, Father.
Her family prayed. They made their own flyers, and they reached out for news coverage.
Just come home, baby. Do whatever you gotta do to get home. I miss you.
In late May, 24 days.
Did you see a tear? No tears, yeah.
Late May, 24 days after she disappeared, McDonald's granddaughter walked into an Arlington police station just before 6 in the morning.
She was forced into a lot of things that she shouldn't have had to endure.
I spoke with her mother and her victim advocate that day outside of the hospital where she was being examined hours after she was recovered.
It's horrific, the things that she's endured.
Her family says she escaped the people who took her and kept her. Dallas police would only confirm detectives from the Crimes Against Children unit were brought in. Was your granddaughter trafficked?
Yes, she was.
Jeez.
And this case mirrors many others that we've seen right here in North Texas. Last June, a 16-year-old went missing in Denton. Police posted to Facebook that she left voluntarily. She was found in Indiana 46 days later. Veronica Baker's 15-year-old daughter went missing in Dallas this year on February 22nd.
She never came back from school.
How was it told to you that your daughter's case was classified?
She was considered runaway and missing.
Her daughter was found by police in Phoenix, Arizona, more than 40 days later.
She wasn't found in a good situation. That's all I gotta say. She wasn't found in a good situation at all.
And last July, a girl was recovered from a suspected sex trafficking ring in Dallas 26 days after she was reported missing from Waxahachie. She was 11. All of these girls were initially labeled runaways. Families told WFAA their cases were not treated like emergencies even after they'd been missing for weeks. Dallas police upgraded McDonald's granddaughter to critical missing after she'd been missing for 2 weeks because she has a health condition. According to DPD, a child who is missing is upgraded to critical only if they are younger than 10 years old. Children older than 10 can be classified as critical if they have medical or intellectual needs, or officers find evidence to believe they are in danger.
When a child becomes a critical missing, it is very important that we find the child as quickly as possible.
Katrina Shedd is the assistant chief over DPD's Investigations Bureau.
So we actually are actively involved and actually driving around and doing a lot of the field work that we probably wouldn't do on a missing child.
The portion of Texas law that addresses missing child cases defines a missing child as anyone younger than 18 who is missing. But many police departments use the part of the law that defines a runaway to create their own separate policy.
We're waiting a long time to play the race card if they're going to do that.
Sometimes on a missing child, a child has sometimes voluntarily left. We go through the normal process of trying to find where the last location where the child was at, maybe call the school.
If the child is not found, how does it kind of progress after that time?
It's not dropped, but it's not escalated to the next level because it only escalates to the next level if we get additional intel that will tell us that it needs to be escalated to the next level.
Keena McDonald says she did not see more urgency even when her granddaughter's case was escalated to the next level.
Every time we had a sighting, somebody said they saw her, the detective never showed up. Not one time. This is what they said. They have too many cases to focus on just one.
I wonder if they defunded those police.
More than 359,000 reports of missing kids every year. That is almost 1,000 kids a day. And each year, at the end of the year, about 30,000 children are still missing. Data from the Texas Department of Public Safety shows since 2018, on average, more than 9,000 kids are reported missing every year from these North Texas counties. Most, under Texas laws, are considered runaways, like Keena's granddaughter, whose case, more than 2 years later, has had no arrests or updates.
The system is broken. It is messed up. When they designed it, I don't think they had different types of things in mind.
And that race car shit is so boring now, man. It's like Jesus, just stop.
First this evening, sadly, here we go again. Another case of domestic violence in our city. It is also tragic, but sadly become terribly familiar.
Yeah, Houston police arrested a man who allegedly confronted his ex-girlfriend at her job, then started shooting. He told police he did it because his ex, quote, disrespected him.
Aniele Ruiz joins us live from downtown Houston after speaking exclusively with the brother of the young woman who was killed. Aniele, how does a family even begin to process this?
Well, the brother tells me they're really heartbroken. Today's actually his birthday. He was supposed to spend it celebrating it with her, and now she's gone. With a broken heart, Terrence Washington is fixing the flowers left at his sister's makeshift memorial.
I still don't want to believe it.
He says he can't grasp the idea that his baby sister, 29-year-old Daryl Lynn Takesha King, is gone. 39-year-old Michael Dwayne Wilkerson is now charged with capital murder in her death.
They were dating and they were recently trying to break up, from what I heard, and he couldn't accept it.
On Tuesday at around 12:30, police got a call of a shooting at a liquor store on South Post Oak Road near the Beltway. In probable cause court today, a judge said King had arrived at the store, and surveillance video captured a man also arriving with her.
The surveillance video showed the gentleman trying to move around the store's surveillance cameras so that the cameras would not be focused on the cash register area.
That is when they say King was shot 9 times, including 4 times in the back.
The gentleman could be seen shooting at Ms. King.
Court records indicate Wilkerson had previously been looking for her, even though she had broken up with him.
Mr. Wilkerson supposedly gave a statement to the police where he admitted to killing Ms. King, claimed that she, quote, had been disrespecting him.
A hard pill to swallow for her family.
I want the world to see his face, how much of a coward he is. You know, you killed a young, innocent woman because you can't control your feelings or your emotions.
The one regret Terrence has is not going to eat one last time with his sister. Instead, he's left planning her services.
I turned 33 years old today, and, you know, the hardest part about it is she told me to go out there with her last week. I said, can you just please wait till my birthday? I wish I would have just went with it.
Wow.
Sad.
Now, Wilkerson did waive his court appearance today, but in court, we did learn he allegedly admitting to getting rid of the clothes that he was wearing on that day. And he also allegedly admitted to dumping the weapon he used in a bayou. Now, the judge did deny his bond for the capital murder charge. As for the tampering with evidence, his bond was set at $250,000. He's set to appear in court again next week. Reporting live.
So he gets to go home if he can come up with the money. Wow. Wow.
Caught on camera. Memphis police looking for these armed suspects after an attempted brazen burglary in Northeast Memphis. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Stephanie Skurlock.
And I'm Greg Hurst. Officers say this happened yesterday morning. WRG's Brian Diddlake joins us now live at 201 Poplar after speaking with neighbors. And Brian, what are you hearing tonight?
Well, Greg and Stephanie, neighbors tell us the people that live at this home weren't home at the time of when these 3 men tried to pull off a bold burglary. A boarded up door and shattered glass shows what's left after 3 suspects tried to break in this Northeast Memphis home. Surveillance video capturing the suspects in a newer model gray sedan walk up to a home in Galahad Cove. The suspects rushed the home, weapons drawn, one of the men going in and out of the camera frame as another holds up an AR-15 style weapon. The group never makes it inside. When a truck drives by, they leave, the car then speeding off.
It was kind of shocking because I never heard nothing like that happen over here. It's been pretty quiet.
Quincy Mole, a 2-year resident of this neighborhood, was unaware of what happened until WREG told them. We spoke to another neighbor off camera who tells me he spoke with the family earlier today, saying that they too are nervous after this incident. He says that the family is not home at this time, but are aware of what happened as they take the necessary steps when they return to secure their home. Mole says while the neighborhood is mostly quiet, it is not unknown to crime.
You know, we had a couple car break-ins at the beginning of the year.
We saw Memphis police patrolling, and Mole says he wants to see officers more often. He says it makes him feel safe since his car has been broken into.
When some reported, they do their job around here. I'm glad no one was hurt the other day in the robbery over there. Just need more police presence. More police presence, that's all. That'll solve a lot of problems around here.
Just need more police presence, man. That's all we need. More police, man. More police. Wow.
We start now at 11 tonight with a new twist to a murder.
Beat that hoe.
Days after the deadly shooting, we learned the crime was live streamed on Facebook. Now the woman holding the camera is
Twinsies.
under arrest too. I'm Ginger Gadsden. Thank you for joining us. Matt Austin has the night off. Police had already arrested the woman who pulled the trigger. Her name is Savon Tyler, and her mugshot is the one on the left. Tonight, Lakevia Pringle is also charged with first-degree murder.
Lakevia.
Oh, damn. So that's two women. I thought that was a man and woman.
Nah, this is a chick.
Hey, man, don't misgender her. Come on.
That's true. Oh, yeah, man, we don't got to worry about that shit no more, man. Fuck all that. Man.
Thank God. Thank God.
Murder. She's on the right. She's the one they say was holding the camera during the live stream. A legal expert tells News 6's Troy Campbell this case is proof social media has real-world consequences.
Sanford police say in this report that their main suspect admitted to firing those fatal shots. But now investigators say they're charging a second person who's heard in the background of a Facebook Live encouraging the altercation.
Gunshots heard over a Facebook live stream from Tuesday, November 5th. The shooting happened in an apartment complex in the 1700 block of Travertine Terrace in Sanford. Police say the shooting killed 34-year-old Lauren Martin. Detectives had already arrested the person they say fired the gun, 35-year-old Savon Tyler, for first-degree murder. But now investigators say they're also seeking a first-degree murder charge against the woman they say held the cell phone, 31-year-old Lakevia Pringle, saying, quote, while live streaming, Pringle can be heard encouraging Tyler to continue the altercation, which led to the homicide of Lauren. Multiple attempts to interview Pringle were unsuccessful due to her lack of cooperation.
And unfortunately, I don't think people are thinking far enough ahead that a human life is valuable and it's not worth social media fame and it's not worth your 5 minutes of fame.
Attorney Raymond Trendley says people often don't think of the consequences when they post on social media, but it can be used against you.
And I think that we're going to start to see that there's going to be some accountability for those people, whether it's we change the laws or we change how we charge them to make sure that these things don't continue to happen where people are not instigating these altercations.
Especially if you can hear them in the audio encouraging the altercation.
Yeah, anything you say can be used against you, and that includes when you're the one recording the video.
Trendley also says the video will be strong evidence against both women.
When you watch the clip, you can almost hear her say something like, shoot her. And that becomes very concerning. At that point, you're voicing an intent to escalate, and you then hear that gunshot.
And Sanford police are still looking for people with more information. So anyone with information on this incident are asked to call Crime Line, and they could be eligible for a $5,000.
Yeah, man. If you got any information, man, call, man.
Hey, Nick
like
Dow's
you
in
did,
the stage.
like you did for the last big murder in Sanford. Everybody cooperated.
Yo, what's craggy?
What's happening, man?
Man, same old shit.
Wow.
we didn't know who he was until he showed up at the second victim's house. Well, not a victim of homicide, but that's believe what he was going to do.
A gruesome murder that left a Treasure Coast community on edge. Tonight, police making a major arrest. But even detectives are still scratching their heads tonight about the killing of an innocent man.
Port St. Lucie police believe the victim was targeted at random, hit in the head with a hammer and stabbed 45 times. We do have team coverage tonight, breaking down every aspect of this case. We begin with WPTV's Tyler Hatfield. He is live walking us through how detectives were able to track down this suspected killer. Tyler.
Give me an ID on the killer who randomly hits somebody upside the head with a hammer and stabs them 45 times. Give me an ID, guys. What do y'all think?
I ain't gonna lie, I see the.
Well, unless he stole the hammer, I don't know what a son would be doing with a hammer.
Either Ted Bundy's protege or it's an N. I always bet on Blake.
Please support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or Super Chat. Hit the like button. Take the $5 challenge, man.
But then again, Ted Bundy wasn't shooting people, so I'm gonna just say it's an N.
Okay. Salute to Deluxe 247, aka Cal Ripken, aka the real MVP, coming through once again.
Yeah, Megan, I mean, this is a horrific case. Now, right now, we're at the home of 67-year-old Francis Genesi, and police tell us 18-year-old Amarian Ivory hit Genesi with a hammer and then
Amarian Ivory, that's his son.
Oh, yeah.
Stabbed him 47 times, killing him. Now, what police tell me now is what's most concerning is that this seems to be a random act of violence. 12 days after allegedly killing an innocent man.
Like, that is so a son. Yikes. And he's got on house shoes. He's got on slippers.
Slides for his crimes.
Wow, and that's a little teeny little hammer. That's not a real man's hammer. That's a small hammer. That's like something you hang pictures with.
Oh, he stabbed him 47 times. Oh shit.
And police say this doorbell video shows 18-year-old Omarion Ivory pulling a hammer out of his backpack at a home 5 miles from the murder scene. I showed the video to neighbor Morty Butler, who saw Ivory in the area last month.
He was sitting, and then we circled back.
Remember, and if you would have remember that story we did last month where that black kid was in a white neighborhood and all the guys got together and asked him what he was doing, you know what I mean?
Those racist Trumpers.
Because, was a little unsure. Didn't see him in the neighborhood. Didn't appear to be from the neighborhood.
Ivory is accused of knocking on Francis Genesi's door seemingly at random and then attacking him with a hammer and knife.
We may have had an undetected serial killer in the works.
At the time, Nimzik says detectives didn't have a motive or a suspect.
Most homicides, the suspect and the victim know each other. So there's a motive, a reason for killing. In this case, there is none.
This person was roaming the city free.
Correct. That's why this is so alarming.
Nimzik says detectives scoured 600 hours of surveillance video and found a suspicious man riding a stolen bicycle near Genesi's home. But a break came from this video. On September 20th, a woman living 5 miles away on Lavina Circle captured Ivory at her door. Police say he had the same hammer he used to kill Genesi. Police arrested Ivory and connected him to surveillance video showing him arriving and leaving Genesi's home. Police believe he spent 30 minutes at the crime scene on Albatross Avenue before leaving. Nimzik says this woman could have been Ivory's next victim.
I'm just relieved that we were able to solve this before we had another victim. I think that was entirely his intention.
Yeah, I wonder if he
was. Now, police right now, they seem to have.
I wonder if he was awaiting trial for something else too.
Yo, randomly stabbing someone 47 times sound like some serial killer shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so weird, man. This is such weird behavior, man.
He definitely was going to do it again.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, to just randomly do that is Yeah, he
Broad
definitely
daylight.
threw it off.
Yeah, broad daylight, just weird, man.
Marauding and preying on people.
Yeah, he one of those niggas. I hope Satan has a nice little sex dungeon for, you know, do some
I'm looking
nice
for.
BDSM on this nigga and her.
I'm looking forward to using the word super predator again too. This is going to be a nice era we're
Yeah,
entering.
definitely. All the woke shit is
He's a
over.
very nice guy.
That's how a neighbor describes the victim. Now, police are investigating the death of a 33-year-old man. Someone confronted and shot him in the lobby of the Johnston Square apartment building on Preston Street in East Baltimore. Brandon Blount says he tried to help his neighbors immediately after hearing the gunfire.
I was just trying to get everybody to safety, like move out this way, let the police do their job. That's all.
Police say the shooting happened just before 9 this morning, and the person who pulled the trigger ran from the scene. The victim died at the hospital. Neighbors say he was a resident here. Diane Edwards says he had lived in the building for 2 years.
I seen him last night. Very quiet guy. Very quiet, stay to himself. No, he never argued. He never argued anything. That's why it's unusual for it to happen.
The apartment building has a long history in Baltimore. Built in 1913, it was originally the London Fog Coat Company. It was turned into affordable housing in 1980, with more than 200 apartments serving senior citizens and tenants with disabilities. Anu Singleton says he's lived here for 10 years, extremely disturbed by the shooting.
I went downstairs to check it out for myself, and I saw the police tape blocked off on the first floor, the lobby. And I came out to check everything for myself. He didn't deserve to die like that. I mean, this is getting crazy out here, real crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they killing people that, like, this is obviously a home for, like, people that are, you know, cognitively, you know, delayed or challenged. Wow. Murder. Is this going down over there?
Now, city police tell us that they don't know exactly what led to the shooting. They're still searching for a suspect. Reporting live from East Baltimore.
Look at all this killing. You know that was a son. That's Baltimore. All this killing. All this fucking killing they're doing every day. Setting records for killing. Just killing.
Damn, I hate niggas.
There's only one solution.
Kill them all.
Mass incarceration.
Well, a community in shock tonight. The man arrested, accused of shooting and killing his aunt and uncle in front of their home.
That couple, well known and well liked, especially where they attended church for more than 20 years. This is all happening in the town of Gaston, about an hour and a half from Raleigh in Northampton County. CBS 17's Mary Smith is live there tonight after learning more about the victims. Mary.
Yeah, we know the victims are married and in their 70s and attended this church here in Gaston every week. It's not too far from where they lived.
It has been a somber moment beyond what words can describe for me, certainly for the two girls that are left behind, for our church and churches. But to say the least, it has been the talk of the town.
Senior pastor of Cool Spring Missionary Baptist Church in Gaston, Dr. Travis T. Judkins, says he has known Michael and Carolyn Powell for nearly 20 years, but became their pastor a little over a year ago.
Mac was a joyful, humble man of quiet dignity. She was a loving, witty person who supported everything that he did.
He says Michael Powell, also known as Mac, sang in the church's choir.
On Sundays, he often sang in the choir, and you would see her standing up, I would say, in a mixture of both of joyful praise and adoration, but also it was clear that she was saying, "That's my man up there." They were just two of the kind people who will be greatly missed.
The Northampton County Sheriff's Office says the couple was found shot to death in front of their home late Thursday, and their truck missing. It was later located outside of a Holiday Inn in Roanoke Rapids. Law enforcement arrested the victim's nephew, 35-year-old Raveries Butcher, for the...
Raveries Butcher.
That's a wild name. I think back in the back though.
Yeah, this is grim, man. This is like, I don't see lots of, elderly black couples. They made it into their 70s together, and then they get taken out by one of their own relatives.
First, I would say it's for two reasons. First, because black people have a lower life expectancy, and second, because niggas don't get married.
This is insane, man.
Yeah, man.
Shit.
Enforcement arrested the victim's nephew, 35-year-old Raveris Butcher, for the crime.
This young man has been plagued with mental health issues for years. And I would have hoped that long before there could have been something done. And if so, we wouldn't be standing here having this conversation now.
Butcher faces 2 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of felony larceny vehicle. He remains in jail without bond. Law enforcement say at this time a motive is unclear.
Right now, we haven't found any evidence to point the direction that anyone else was involved. We believe it was a sole action of this individual, but it is still being investigated, and any other new leads or anything that may point us in a different direction, we will follow up on that. But as of this time, we believe it was just one sole shooter.
And we do know that their funerals are scheduled for November 23rd. We're live in Gaston. Mary Smith, CBS 17 News.
It's so sad in this community. All right, Mary, thanks so much.
That nigga look like a prehistoric being.
Tonight, a baby is fighting for her life. You are about to meet her and her mother, Michaela Thomas. Michaela took cell phone videos of what she says happened when she unexpectedly gave birth at a freestanding emergency room in Dallas.
Oh shit! I don't want to go there. That's a lot of.
Yeah,
that's
a lot killer.
Yeah. Let's see. Wow.
2 teens are expected to face a judge today for their involvement in the shooting of a 7-year-old girl in Harlem. Investigators believe the child was an innocent bystander caught in the crossfire between suspected gang members. And we just obtained this brand new surveillance video of the shooting. You can see clearly the young girl at the top of the screen in the crosswalk. Moments after she crosses onto the sidewalk, the shots ring out. As other people run away, the girl turns around and runs to her father, who picks her up. Now, she is expected to survive. That is the good news. Here's Eyewitness News reporter Phil Tate with the latest on the investigation.
Good afternoon. Right now, 7-year-old Fatu Keita is recovering here at Harlem Hospital after being shot in her abdomen outside of a Starbucks around 3 yesterday afternoon. Her alleged gunman, just 17 and 19 years old, and have both been charged with attempted murder. Police have only identified the 19-year-old as Daniel Iduwu. Picture on your screen is of the 7-year-old who's in stable condition right now. Doctors say she will make a full recovery after undergoing surgery. Video on your screen follows the violence as gunfire exploded on 145th and Bradhurst Avenue. Cops say 9 rounds were fired between 2 gang members firing on 2 rivals at the opposite ends of the block in broad daylight. Those bullets not hitting the intended target, rather a shattered glass and a now wounded little girl whose life could have been cut short. A witness describes those terrifying moments.
She was just in total shock.
They just come around shooting. All this happened today. All these stories are from fucking today.
It's crazy.
I know, and it's like this isn't all of it. This is just, what do you call it? A walkthrough. This is just a sample size.
Hey, I was thinking about something. I was flipping through channels trying to find something to watch, and I'm watching SVU, Law and Order SVU, and I'm like, can we please get to a point where they're like the suspect is not some fucking middle-aged white guy?
Right. So that's what Law and Order does that. My favorite show is Columbo. And Columbo did that. I don't think Columbo ever had a black suspect. any of his shows. That's a safe way. Like also, the homicides are more likely to have a motive when the suspect's not black. You know what I mean?
Oh, right. So that wouldn't even be a good story.
Yeah,
the narrative isn't as good.
Oh, that's so depressing. Can't even have.
You need planning, cunning, and subterfuge so that the detective can have something to unravel.
Okay, yeah, good call. Yeah, keep that
They-
shit out of it.
If the guy was black, they probably would have some weird like silver lining at the end, talking about social justice and how he didn't have midnight basketball.
They have those episodes. They
Yeah.
Remember the Malice at the Palace? I remember they had a loosely based episode off of the Malice at the Palace, except the Ron Artest character in SVU, he ended up killing the guy because he showed up at his place and he got found guilty.
Wow. I know they did one about Chris Brown. They called the guy like Cody.
What about him and Rihanna?
Yeah, they had one like
Oh,
that.
okay. Hey, they did.
He ended up killing Rihanna.
They did one with Sandusky about a Sandusky episode, except the dude that was getting abused was black, so he was like a LeBron James.
Oh, Lord.
That's what.
Wow.
They're gonna have to switch shit up. They're gonna have to switch shit up. But yeah, there's that series called Alex, because I've really been trying to get back into watching TV, but it's really hard because everything's woke and gay. It's like there's this new series out called Alex Cross, and of course that's based on a book or a book series. So I'm like, it should be all right. But Tyler Perry made a movie out of it. He didn't direct it, but he played in it. He played as Alex Cross. So that took the air out of it. Yeah, but I watched the series. I watched the first episode. Not too bad, and of course it's DC detectives. Alex Cross is black. His partner's black. They went ahead and got the cheesy white racial tension. They got that shit out of the way in like 5 minutes, like in the first 5 minutes. So it's like,
so they can go and do the movie.
Let me guess, the white guy was wrong?
Well, no, let's just say that it really felt like they were doing a lot of let's pander to the blacks. I could just imagine if Kamala would have won and then Alex Cross would have been out. Those black women would be like, you see, black man, you see, we've been thinking about y'all. Like, shut the fuck up. Right now, I guarantee they watch that shit and they just throw up in their mouth.
It's thanks to license plate readers that they were able to make these 3 arrests for the hate crimes that happened here in Hillcrest in September.
Hate crimes. It's not black. It's not black.
Did not just people like me, not just the victims, but it impacted our entire community.
What the hell was that?
And I think there's something to be said about that.
Eddie Reynoso was working at Rich's when he was shot in the eye by a pellet in a drive-by shooting outside of the club in May. He says he now suffers from PTSD, had to quit his job, and lost his home.
My life changed, and ultimately that cascade of trauma led to me being homeless. And thankfully, I was able to get some assistance through the Gay and Lesbian Center.
Now he feels a sense of relief learning about these latest arrests. In September, the police chief said they would use license plate readers to help in the investigation.
We do have those additional smart street lights and license plate readers that are up there that are providing information for us.
Police say the license plate readers helped them identify the suspect vehicle. This morning, the department carried out search warrants and arrested 3 19-year-olds. Police booked Anthony Lopez Quinones, Arturo Herrero Sesteta, and Angelo Nathaniel Aaron. They've been booked in.
Okay, 3 hombreros sprayed the gay club with a pellet gun.
Put the hombreros on the board.
Homophobia.
To jail on multiple hate
someone say
crime-related
mischief?
charges.
These kids are 19. They have their entire life ahead of them. There's some bittersweet, grief to that, because I don't know if they're connected to me, whether it's connected to my case from May.
Eddie is now getting intensive outpatient therapy, which he says he owes his life to.
I think our community is strong because of it. I know that it's been controversial to have smart street lamps, but this has
What's
led
been
not just to the arrest of
controversial
these
about
three
that?
people, but it's led
He
to
got it hit in his eye.
Well, because it records the truth, and then
Police
that becomes
arrested
kind of a
19
problem.
And like some kind of racial bullshit to that. So fuck
I
that.
tell you, man,
Girl turning
if
on
you
Hernandez.
were really pro-black, you'd want the cops to get rid of their chest cameras, because they keep revealing a truth that
Yeah.
your claims of brutality are much more going to get a better standing if there's not evidence of quite the opposite.
Right.
Says in September, following the pellet gun attacks. He faces felony charges. Jasmine Ramirez, CBS 8.
Make sure y'all
Today
support
we
the
are learning new
channel
information
via-
about the 26-year-old.
Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or Super Chat. Take the $5 challenge. Hit the like button.
Today we are learning new information about the 26-year-old suspect who police say shot and killed two people near the downtown courthouse, then got into a gun battle with Harbor police officers yesterday in Little Italy. It's our top story on the 4. I'm Heather Myers.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. CBS 8's Kelly Hassedall joins us live from the
She's like
scene
an
of the
alien
shooting
with
in
Botox.
Little Italy. Kelly, what's the latest?
That's right. Well, the suspect has been identified as 26-year-old Christopher Farrell, and he was in a gun battle.
Christopher Farrell, that could be a white guy or a.
That sound like a Barbie.
With police here next to Crack Shack. You can actually
gay
see
guy.
a bullet hole here behind me. Now, a witness says he heard the helicopter circling overhead, heard the description of the gunman, and then realized the guy police were looking for was crouched down behind this electrical box right in front of him.
Looked down to see if it was him, and he looked up at me and said hi. Yeah.
White guy.
And then my heart dropped. And I knew he heard the
Oh, it's
chopper, and I
white
heard
guy,
the
yeah,
chopper. So I was like, oh man, like, does he know I know who he is? I was like, oh my gosh, that's him. So I was like, oh, kind of like, oh, what do I do? I'm like, I gotta call the cops. So I turned the corner, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna call the cops. The next thing I know, a cop car is coming down the road, and I just hollered him out like, hey, stop. And they stopped the guy in the car. I'm like, hey, he's right around the corner. He's right around the corner. And next thing I know, they call for another cop. Cops show up. I hear, put the gun down. And then just a firefight started.
That's a white guy. The son would be holding up with one hand and running around the
It's
corner.
pretty gnarly. Like,
Yeah, like 10 people would have got shot too. Like there's no reports that any innocent people got shot.
see like a full-on gunfight, you know? You got bullet shots. These bullet holes are going to be here for a while, and it's going to be kind of creepy. And I pull over, and I just like see that.
And so that was Nick. He didn't want to give his last name. He works at Juniper and Ivy. Now, if we take another look at that cell phone video, slowed down a bit, here's suspect Christopher Farrell dressed in a green shirt and jeans up against the cement wall here outside of Crack Shack. Now, the trolley passes by right before the gunfire starts. Police send in the canine, and moments later, a swarm of officers move in and surround Farrell on the ground. So he later died at the hospital. We do know investigators were at Farrell's trailer in Paradise Hills today. We know he's been arrested before, and that he worked as a security guard for a company that had a contract with MTS. So back out here live, however, we are told that Farrell was let go by his employer about a month ago. Now, we also know he had restraining orders filed against him by the two victims in this case. And we also know that all three of them were due in court yesterday at 9 a.m. for a restraining order hearing. However, we also know that the two victims were shot and killed right around 8:30. Heather and Carlo.
See, that's the thing that you can tell. Every detail about that says it's a white, it's a glider. And you know what? I get the feeling he's not even a criminal. I'm guessing he's more of an outlaw. You know what I mean?
Talk about like falling down, that type of thing. You ever seen a movie with a?
Or maybe just a guy who never really fit in, but has kind of done it his own way. And then tonight,
That's an American classic.
you know what I mean? He's an outlaw. It's like kind of like being a rebel. It's not a criminal. This guy's probably, got some warrants out and he hasn't paid his child support. And it's a showdown. It's like a Western. He's a bad guy.
I don't know, man.
Developing news is
Yo, did you do that story about Javon Taylor?
Who's that?
That nigga that was he was wrestling with like an off-duty firefighter, and then his girl picked up his gun.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah, that was St. Louis or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was St. Louis.
Yeah, I did that when it happened. Yeah.
Okay. I think they got. You covered. They got off.
Yeah, the girl got off. Yeah.
Yeah, the girl. Yeah.
Defending, like she was defending her boyfriend's life, even though he was in the. It started because the firefighter was in line behind the Sunman in the gas station or the corner store or whatever. And the Sunman got in an argument with the girl behind the counter and threatened to kill her. And was in there, arguing with her, threatening to kill the girl behind the counter. So the firefighter, the white guy, he stepped in and say, don't talk to her like that or something like that, or like, come on, buddy, just move along or something like that, some shit like that. And the black dude got how the black dude responded after that. So then they ended up fighting, and then that's how. And then the white guy was winning the fight, and the black girlfriend was grabbed the gun and blew the white guy's brains up.
God damn.
Yeah, he probably told him to leave.
Yeah, it was.
I ain't gonna lie, man. If I was that white dude, I wouldn't have said shit, bro.
Yeah, you gotta, especially he's talking to somebody like with black people. If they not talking to your girl or your mother, yeah, just leave them alone, man. It's not worth it, man.
Yeah, it's just not. Just live to see another day, bro.
Yeah, because they'll die. They'll go to jail. Like they'll go to jail for the rest of their life because you intervened. So you're like fucking up his life. You know what I mean? Like by saying something to him, you're putting him in a position where he might lose his life or his freedom. Like that's how little control he has over himself. So you have to protect him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a different breed, man. We a different breed, man.
Salute to that ride or die chick, though.
developing news this morning. An investigation is underway in Sun Valley where one person has died after being shot inside of a grocery store. KTLA's Carlos Herrera live at the scene now with the latest. Carlos, good morning.
Hi, Jessica. Good morning. And you can just imagine how frightening this was for the employees and the shoppers who were inside this Ralph's when the gunfire broke out last night. This is the location here, Canyon Plaza, right off of Laurel Canyon Boulevard here in Sun Valley. The store actually reopened just a few minutes ago after this investigation. Police telling us one person has died, at least another injured. The shooter now in custody. Let's get you over to some pictures shot overnight as this was all unfolding here. Authorities say it was shortly after 11:30 p.m. when a group of men were inside the grocery store and followed by another group who attacked them with pipes. Now, during that altercation between the two groups, one of the victims pulled out a gun, firing several times and striking two people, including a person he was with. That person was struck in the leg and is now hospitalized, but is expected to be okay. The other person who was shot was a suspect. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. Police say he is in his 20s. The shooting, of course, sparking chaos among employees and shoppers inside the grocery store.
It's a scary situation because for most of the people who are shopping or the employees working, they have no control over this. And, whatever sparked the altercation, it's unfortunate for everybody involved. And it's just one of those things where, hopefully somebody would call the police and we can get there a little sooner. But, it's just a scary situation.
Police say the shooter is now in custody and cooperating with the investigation. Most individuals responsible for the incident have been accounted for, but investigators are still searching for all involved. We're working with police on how many people they're actually searching for. As we come back at our live, there's police telling us that the shooting does not appear to be gang related at this point. How and why this happened, that's still a mystery.
So that it was blacks. It was a chance encounter between a couple of blacks that led to gunfire.
Mystery that police are still trying to solve. They're speaking with witnesses, including employees of the Ralph store here behind me. If you have any information on what happened here last night, here is to contact the LA.
Oh, man. Jeez.
It's just one of those things.
Jeez. My God. Every night.
Meantime, other news here at 4:30, the update on a crash in the East Valley that left 2 children dead. Those children are 6-year-old Talia Lewis and 11-year-old Dante Lewis. They died last Friday when the car they were in that was hit was on Flamingo and Pecos McLeod. The 8 News Now investigators obtaining the arrest report for the driver, and as Brian Will reports, she was in a stolen car.
Black, give me a race on the sister. I mean, not the sister, on the perp. Who killed these little kids, man?
Sister.
Yeah, stolen car. I'm going with a sister, man. Who? A female in a stolen car is like literally, it's like literally a 90% chance it's a sister.
Yeah. Always bet on Blake.
32-year-old Nikki Surratt made her initial appearance Wednesday, facing
Black guy, white girl.
Oh,
black guy, white girl.
What is that? A mud short?
That's a goddamn glider queen, man.
Facing 11
White people
charges,
do it too.
reckless driving to not stopping at the scene of a crash. The crash killing 2 siblings, injuring others.
Was she shooting or driving?
Police, Surratt was driving a stolen car without a license and while on probation. When police tried to stop her, her arrest report shows the stolen Lexus was traveling at 73 miles per hour in a 45
They're gonna blame the police.
5-mile-per-hour zone seconds before hitting a minivan that had 2 siblings inside.
Wow.
That crash killing 6-year-old Talia
Wow.
Lewis and 11-year-old Dante Lewis. Right after the crash, witnesses say Surratt ran away. She was arrested a day later at her family's home in North Las Vegas. This is not her first time in court. In August, a judge sentenced her to probation on a charge of attempted escape from a housing facility while serving a sentence involving yet another stolen vehicle. Her past criminal record dates back to 2009 and includes charges of running a chop shop, theft, attempted burglary, robbery, and possession of a firearm by a prohibited person. She had nothing to say in court, while a family is left heartbroken and shattered. Brian Will, 8 News Now.
A judge
And cold, just the
So what is she, guys?
I think she's about Hispanic. I think she might be a That's
I think she,
problematic. She's problematic. She don't have the slanted
And I think she's on the other team.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. Let's see. Here she is right here. Go a better picture.
Fox 5 News starts now.
We are learning new details on the suspect arrested in connection to a crash that killed 2 kids.
32-year-old Nikki Surratt is being held without bail. An arrest report says on Friday night, police were notified a Lexus was stolen from a car rental.
Officers spotted the Lexus and say when they tried to pull her over, she sped away going up to 73 miles per hour. She had 2 passengers with her. Now, one of them told her to stop for police, according to an interview. Police say she ran a red light near Pecos and Flamingo, striking another car.
6-year-old Talia Lewis and 11-year-old Dante Lewis were killed. Their mom and 2 siblings were also hurt. Police say Sarah ran from the scene but was later arrested. She's now facing reckless driving and hit and run charges.
Is it a trans?
She killed these Melungeon kids, man. Fuck.
How much time you think she should get?
Damn.
25 years.
Yeah, I mean, for the rest of her life, she get a life sentence, bitch. But it's vehicular manslaughter, so she's not going to get that.
Yeah. 25 for Melungeon.
Yeah.
Well, the system could put her away for life. The elements are there. It's just, is that the era we're entering? Can that finally start happening? Because there's so many things. Yeah, she's going to get charged with this kind of murder or that kind of whatever. But there's also, it was a weapons thing, and it was a fourth. All that stuff can just be turned into years that can be thrown at her. They could put her away for life if they wanted to, if they had the balls.
John Jackson. I have been waiting to meet you, John.
It's a story Queen City News has followed for more than 5 years. Complaints about a repairman who takes money for jobs he never completes. It's resulted in honest people being out.
Look at this thing.
South Carolina, where a man says the same guy ripped him off, and he only discovered who he was by watching one of our stories.
John Jackson. That's when I knew it was him.
Watching one of our stories about John Jackson, Bill Swope immediately recognized the repairman who was at his house just a month prior.
It's just not right. I'm trying not to get choked up, but I'm angry. Really angry.
Bill has been through the ringer. The past few years, he's dealt with one family loss after another. He's in between jobs, and just last month, his fridge went out. He searched online for repairman near me to get it fixed.
Next thing you know, somebody's calling and say, hey, I could be there today. Let me help you.
He had no idea the guy coming to supposedly repair his fridge would be the straw that broke the camel's back.
And I keep getting kicked. I keep getting back up. And then this guy pulls this. I can see where people can be pushed to violence.
Invoices and
this
Venmo
guy probably
receipts
hired
show
him
Swope
thinking,
paid
you know
John
what?
Jackson more than $1,600.
This guy probably hired him saying to himself, you know what, I'm going to hire this black guy, man. I don't want to be racist. I wanna give this guy a shot.
Support, yeah. You want to support black business.
On these apps, you can't tell the race of the person.
Oh,
Yeah, but when he shows up to give you an estimate and you say, you know what, actually, I've already...
He was like, you know what? I'm gonna take the lower quality service just to help a brother out.
Yeah. I'm not racist.
My fridge probably gonna be
One was
fucked
for the
up next
first
week,
repair,
but
the other
at least I'm not racist.
was when
Is this guy
Jackson
gonna be
had
one
to
of those ones that
return
says,
when
"I
the
hope he
fridge
gets
stopped
help"?
working again. 6 weeks later,
Now the fridge still doesn't work. Freezer is...
What did I say?
I have blocks of ice in bottles to keep it at about 48. And hopefully I don't lose any food.
it's a similar story we've heard from past victims.
Never came back with us, never called us.
Called him multiple times, sent him text messages.
Repeated texts and calls were unanswered.
My number's blocked.
The Attorney General has banned John Jackson from doing work or advertising for repair jobs in North Carolina. John Jackson. I have been waiting to meet you, John. Why are you still taking money for jobs? A judge has
Like a
ruled that you
sketch.
can't even advertise for work. We got your
Could you
number
see
off
that
a
again,
website
please?
that is still there. We hired him for a fake repair job and he promptly showed up. Then this past June, we caught him on home surveillance in Salisbury doing the same thing. Calling him on a new number we got from his latest unhappy customer, we got him on the line.
Hi, is this John?
Yes, it is.
He disputed that he wronged Swope and says his accusations are false. He said his fridge developed a leak after the repairs, adding,
This unit developed a leak. We went back and attempted to fix the leak.
"You keep saying we. Who's we?
We, the company, us.
What's the name of your company?"
What's that in, what's the relevance?
I mean, you should be able to name the name of your company at the drop of a hat.
I should.
Could be a free ad on TV for you.
I don't need it.
What's the name of your
Oh
company?
my god.
Ma'am. So what?
I just want to know what the name of your company is. You keep saying we.
Star Appliance.
Star Appliance?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So was that on his invoice then, Star Appliance?
Should be.
Okay, because it's not.
If you notice on that invoice, the address for his business also leads to an apartment complex near Uptown Charlotte. We reached out to the Department of Consumer Affairs in South Carolina to see how many complaints they have against Jackson. We have yet to hear back. SWOP did file a complaint with that department and has been assigned a claim number.
That's what happens, man.
Today, I want to
Try not to be racist. Yo, you understand these gliders literally said, yo, I know my fridge is probably going to be broke again in like 2 weeks, but let me support this black man. And he fucked him over. Like, this nigga ruined it for everybody.
Salute to my man Douglas Chunks in the building, man. Doug Chunks coming through with 50 Ock Nation, 50 memberships, man. Salute to Douglas Chunks, man. He supports the show by himself more than the entire nation combined when he comes through. Shout out to Douglas Chunks, man.
Today, I want to apologize for that language. Held to a higher standard. That's the office of the sheriff.
First at 5 tonight, Sheriff under fire. Mecklenburg County Sheriff Gary McFadden saying he's sorry. It's for the racially charged words he's accused of using to describe one of his captains and now a retired chief deputy. Good evening. I'm Savannah Rudisell in for Morgan Francis.
They got the brothers
Now there's a shakeup at the
apologizing.
sheriff's office following former chief deputy's
Yeah.
resignation and the release of the recordings. Queen City News anchor Robin Kennedy spoke with the former chief deputy who's calling McFadden's administration, quote, a third world dictatorship in a scathing resignation letter. And Robin, the former deputy chief talked with you not only about the recordings, but what he says was a dysfunctional culture at the sheriff's office.
Right, Savannah. McFadden, who was first elected sheriff in 2018 and then re-elected in 2022, announced a major shakeup at the sheriff's office today. This comes after the controversy surrounding the sheriff that we've been telling you about since November 1st. Now, that's when this sheriff's right-hand man, you see here, Chief Deputy Kevin Canty, resigned. Canty claims the sheriff made disparaging, unprofessional, and racist comments about employees. And not only that, but Canty says the sheriff wanted him to be his hatchet man and fire 2 employees that he did not see a reason to let go. Today, the sheriff's office announced those workers, the HR director and the business manager, were fired, and the sheriff has replaced them and others.
To complete a puzzle of me and Kevin Canty and Chief White, that's the ultimate team.
That was Mecklenburg County Sheriff Gary McFadden in February, praising his new chief deputy, Kevin Canty. But Canty says his relationship with McFadden started to sour quickly.
And so soon after I came, the second week, I began to see signs of his personality and the way he treated people, and that began to bother me.
What are we talking about? What kinds of examples?
So constantly berating staff, members of the executive team, command staff, in front of everyone. What I would later tell him were public floggings, making condescending comments to them, such as, I know that people think you're great, but you're not. Denigrating the chain of command, making insulting comments.
Canty remembers a couple of times when he says McFadden said racist things in front of him about others. And then came the recordings that Canty says were given to him in October. In one of them, Canty says McFadden talks about one of his captains.
That white cracker captain is better than the other 7 captains upstairs.
In another, Canty says McFadden is referring to retired Chief Deputy Rodney Collins.
I got Chief Collins. I don't know who that.
You have actually spoken with a direct
Yes.
source who recorded that.
Yes.
Got it. Canty says the audio was recorded on 3 different dates at employee meetings. One of those dates is possibly February 28th, 2021.
Obviously, for obvious reasons, the person who recorded, who made the recordings, is certainly concerned about their employment. Sure. And so it was edited in such a way that this person can remain anonymous.
On Thursday, McFadden said he's sorry for the comments.
It doesn't matter who recorded or how many years ago it was recorded. Today, I want to apologize for that language. Held to a higher standard. That's the office of the sheriff. But you must understand that I'm human and I'm not perfect and I will make mistakes.
Canty says he doesn't think McFadden should be in office, but he did vote for him twice, and others did too, to elect him. Canty says he will not run for sheriff in 2 years, but he does have some people he thinks would be good for the job. Savannah?
I think Ox asleep.
Good morning. My name is Richard Hudson, chairman of the NRCC. I'm here to tell you it's morning again in America. On Election Day, Americans sent a clear message to reject the consequences of Democrat control.
Hey,
They said they couldn't do the basics for their family's needs.
Well, you've been silent long enough without snoring. Makes me kind of
Under attack.
it makes me kind of concerned a little
Joe
bit.
Biden, Kamala Harris.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, man, it's getting kind of late, man, for me, man. I gotta wake up in the morning. Yeah, man. Any final thoughts, man, guys?
And I'll get you some sleep, man. Glad to see you back in the studio.
Yeah, man, I'm glad to be back in the studio, man. I only fell asleep once at the end of the show, so that don't
Hey,
count.
you ain't even snore, bro. I was really concerned. I was like,
Shout out to Doug Chunks, man. Because of Doug Chunks, I'm gonna come back tomorrow, man. Cause again, we're gonna do a big show tomorrow for people like Doug, people like Deluxe 247, the main supporters of the channel. We won't come back tomorrow. I'm gonna try to come back earlier too, man. I like starting at 11 like I did tonight instead of so late, man. Try to start even earlier tomorrow, man, so that more people can enjoy the show for longer, man. Great show, guys. Same Black time, same Black channel. I'm out of here. Peace out.